Well, hey, welcome to the show before the show, where I check to make sure everything is working. I'm your host, Patrick Marlette, your local game guy, joined by co-host Will.
Sup?
Hello, Will. How was your week in gaming? Let's always
Uh,
start. Let's start with a week in gaming. Did you get anything?
my weekend gaming's been good. There's a new game store I've been going to, games and stuff, and I've been doing their Monday night cEDH events, and
Mm-hmm.
I think so far my Zur deck is 3-0 in that store.
Really?
And it's really funny because a guy at the Baltimore event that we went to, he told me I need somebody to just come into the store and clean sweep a couple times because I'm the winner on each of the events, and they're like, we're not giving out prizes anymore because there's always one guy who takes them. So I
Hmm.
need somebody else to come in and just get wins. So I'm
And
like, oh,
that's you now.
yeah, it's me.
The mantle is passed. That's
Indeed.
awesome. Yeah, my week in gaming, I didn't really game yet. No, that's not true. I played a little bit of One Piece. I did play over the weekend with Justin. We drafted some Magic the Gathering. We did some burn drafting for a little bit. It's the score is officially a tie though, because of the first draft I won, the second draft he won playing Boros, fucking banishing light. Every single damn time I see that card, I pulled a Sword of Fire and Ice in our draft, and I'm like, "Oh, this is awesome!" And I revealed it too. I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna play this card. Both times I played the card, he had the answer. It's like, dude, if Sword of Fire and Ice sticks in a limited environment, you're just
That's game.
whooping the boy. What's crazy too is that my deck was better, not than his necessarily. I lost. It was better than my first draft. Like it was seriously a more concise deck. It's funny though, because like the first draft I made Rakdos, right? Because I just leaned towards Rakdos. Jared, if you're watching this, when we played the LOTR draft at his place, those draft boosters, I swear to God, I leaned towards Rakdos two out of three times. Half of the games we played, I did Rakdos, and then the second time around, I made a Grixis list just because I was trying to force blue, but I kept getting good black red cards. So it was like, which left.
Patrick, I don't play Blue Marlowe over here. Finally joining the blue side of the force.
Well, I mean, I don't know. When I play other formats, I play blue. I'm not gonna lie. And typically when I draft, I'm usually playing blue. It's one of the colors I feel like I understand best in this game. So, I was really crushing it with the blue stuff, but my God, like, I don't know what happened. No, I do know what happened. I kind of got mana screwed. I only got so much fixing. Uncharted Territory, I think it's like the land fix. There's a couple of artifacts that you find in Bloomburrow. Set's very fun to play, but I wouldn't say it's great in a chaos situation. There's some pretty dependent cards in there. Expend though as a mechanic, by the way, that's just useful. It's like there's just payoff for playing on curve. Amazing. Why not? Um,
Yeah.
at any rate, yeah. I mean, it also counts like if you play a 2-drop and then you play your another like a 3-drop. That's you expended 4 there, right? So there, you can kind of
Yeah.
combo into it.
Expend is really good for a limited format, but in standard or in 60 card, it's eh.
Hmm.
Also,
So
complete. We had the poll
I
set up
didn't.
for everybody watching.
Yeah.
We set up the poll, or Patrick set up the poll,
Yes.
just with something random for the
Uh,
sake of having
uh,
something
I
random.
just want to
And
give
it's
you all
really
something to
funny.
do because I
Yeah,
had this random can of Coke. I want to give you something to do.
it's really funny because I have this
This.
random can of Pepsi. So completely not set up, not scripted, nothing like that.
Yeah.
We just both happen to have the competing soda brands right next to each other.
I love that I jumped on. I jumped on to say hi to Will, obviously, and set up. And he's like, "Oh, I see you have a poll going. I drink Pepsi," and I'm like, I drink whatever's in my fridge, but it's not just Coke today. It will be trying to make better this bottle of Doers I got. Oh my God, I bought this. Don't. Okay, I'm sorry. Like, I've never really been one for Japanese whiskey, but I have a friend who really loves this stuff, and like, I just want to go for a Scotch, and I saw this. I'm like, oh, this is a blend of a just okay Scotch, but it's aged 8 years in a Mizunara oak cask. I'm like, that's gotta be wonderful, right? That has to be some sort of stroke of genius. It's not that good. It's really not good. Just buy the Japanese whiskey if you're gonna go for that. What's like is Hibiki the gin, or is that the, I don't know. I don't know my brands when it comes to Japanese gins, whiskeys, or anything else. But at any rate, guys, you're not here to talk about that. Let us know how your week in gaming went here at Local Game Group. Because I'm curious. I'd like to know. Even if you're not playing Magic, if you're playing something else, it could be digital games, it could be board and card games, so on and so forth. I had a lot of fun playing Magic, though, over the weekend, and thank God I had a chance to play, because, I don't know, my dream is still to create a casual deck to take out to local stores. I just don't want to stomp people with my cEDH deck. However, there is a deck we'll be building today that is cEDH oriented, and it's centered around Mr. Foxglove. If you couldn't guess from the thumb and title of this video, Mr. Foxglove, as Will kindly pointed out to me earlier, is too generic and banned. Legendary creature Fox Rogue. I always mess up my trip colors. Will, what is your secret to knowing the trip colors?
Oh no, I know how to get the 4 colors easily. There's no secret to the triple colors. You just have to bite the bullet and memorize them. Once you get like 6 of them memorized, it's easier to remember the rest. I remember Bant, I remember Esper, I remember Teamer because Teamer Sabretooth. And then I remember Naya for white, green, red.
Yeah.
And if I actually sat down, I could probably list all of them.
Sultai is black, green.
Yes, Sultai is black, green, blue, and
Grixis
I could
is
actually
the...
sit down and say all of them if we want to sit down and say
No,
all of
no,
them.
it's okay, it's okay. No, I thought you had a trick for this, but it's the 4 colors.
It's for the 5 or the Sans color pairs, they're easier to remember because you have Ink, Dune, and Glint, which Ink is everything but black because ink. Dune is everything but blue because it's not wet. Glint is everything but white because shiny. And then the last 2 are Witch and Yor. Red is Witch, or Sans red is Witch. And then Sans green is Yor because you're not in green.
And we never are on this channel, except today. So Mr. Foxglove, 2 generic and banned. Lifelink, 3/5 body. Lifelink may be relevant. God only knows. Whenever Mr. Foxglove attacks, draw cards equal to the number of cards in defending player's hand minus the number of cards in your hand. So if you're hellbent and you attack with Mr. Foxglove, someone with 5 cards, you draw 5 cards. You get the idea. If you didn't draw cards this way, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. So this is a really good equalizer, right? It lets you catch up to this presumably strongest player at the table, right? Hopefully they don't lose 1 card from their hand to exile this. But the good bit of news is it's on attack, not damage. So, you know, the gig is up. As soon as you start swinging, like, this is on the stack. You can do whatever you want at this point. This is on the stack. But you have 2 options. You can choose to attack someone with an equal or lesser hand than you, or choose to attack someone with a larger hand. So the other end of this coin is getting to cheat out an Ornithopter. Or a Prime Time. No, not that. Or, Will, name something.
Tyrant, Hullbreak Horror, Crater Hoof Behemoth, you name a good thing. What's it called? Moonshaker Cavalry, the white Crater Hoof.
Oh,
name a way to win, and then you just go, boom, I did it.
Right. Well, Moonshaker would be interesting here. I feel like people, it's like Pepsi and Coke. I would say Coke is Crater Hoof here. I think people generally prefer the Crater Hoof.
People prefer the classics, but sometimes people prefer the upgraded version.
Right. My sister-in-law loves Pepsi, by the way, so no knock on it. Anytime I'm at my brother's house, it's like Pepsi.
I drink both, but I've drank so much Coke that I'm like, I want Pepsi because it tastes different.
That's interesting. Strictly because it tastes different. Hey, Nibru. So I'm going to go through your comments. So if they need cards in hand, you need lots of gift, draw a card.
Or somebody just needs any draw engine on board, and their draw engine is your draw engine.
Right.
I see you have 12 cards in hand because of Ristic Study. I think I'm going to draw 11 after dumping my hand and keeping one counter spell to protect my guy. Oh,
Right,
I'm going to do it again and
right.
again and again.
Yeah, is there a good way to what is it? One of my favorite cards. Uh Someone's scepter. Gusta's scepter. You can just like pocket some cards. There's other ways to like tuck cards away so that you could do more with Mr. Foxglove. I don't think we're gonna play for those effects. We're in 3 colors, so we've got a lot of options already. I think the deck is gonna be fighting for space, majority of which will be in blue and white. Esper, Grixis, and Saltire all I know by heart. Sorry, you got here late. It's totally fine. Is this a casual deck we're brewing?
No, this is cEDH. We're trying very hard this time around.
Wheel effects in March of the Ents. Gulta Stampede Tyrant. Easy win. Gulta Stampede Tyrant? What happens when you slam Gulta again?
Put every creature from your hand into play.
Oh. I mean, yeah. I get what you're saying. That's pretty gross. So unfortunately, they're not tapped and attacking. I say unfortunately, but that is one downside to Mr. Foxglove. It's like you get obviously the luxury of getting to cheat out a creature rather, but you don't get to attack with it if it had some on damage effect or otherwise. But if there's an ETB, you're going to enjoy that. That's fine. Pepsi always tasted to me like that flat Coke. Like flat Coke, yeah.
That's why it's awesome. Let's go flat Coke.
Some people just want flat Coke. Wheel because of smothering. This card seems strong. This card does seem strong. So I think with that, I think we could officially start. Hey guys,
Yep.
welcome to Local Game Group. Again, I'm your host, Patrick Marlett. This is Local Gamer Will. Hey Will.
What's up?
I'm having an excellent week. I have my mother-in-law coming tomorrow. Hey Diane, excited to see you. But before that, I mentioned that because we usually do these streams on Friday. If you're here on a Thursday, thanks for joining us. It always varies. It's usually Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, though. Saturday mornings. But tomorrow there will be nothing. I will be entertaining and enjoying good company. But before all that shit, we've got a fox to brew. So Will, any thoughts on like a strict strategy for this deck? Will it leverage Hermit Druid and Thassa's Oracle? I mean, you might notice, or you might not have noticed, but we have a land base that does accommodate a Hermit Druid. And I'm going to go ahead and leave this list in the description so you guys can follow along if you want to copy and paste or just playtest this with us. But
it doesn't accommodate a Hermit Druid because Hermit Druid says no basics.
Non-basics.
And we have the Snowlands. So
ooh,
we'd have to adjust it slightly if we wanted to. But honestly, thinking about it, I think we could just go for like a Bro Storm deck. Not really Bro Storm, but like just spam out creatures build that wins off of Craterhoof and Moonshaker Cavalry. Because it's really easy to get either of those out with Foxglove. And the funny thing is, we declare the attack, get out Craterhoof Behemoth, and turn all of those random elves we attacked into 10/10s, and then kill everybody. So we have options, and we can also cheat out Hullbreak Core, Tidespout Tyrant to just make infinite mana and get infinite ETBs. So we got options.
So Nibiru and Storm are sort of bouncing this idea back and forth about Lion's Eye Diamond in the deck. And, you know, normally when I see Lion's Eye Diamond, there's an Underworld Breach involved, and that would mean we were in red. We're not necessarily in those colors. That doesn't mean it's a bad card. As you know, and as was followed up with by Storm, you have the Bomberman combo, which is the Auriok Salvager, right? So we could do that, but it's not as if Mr. Foxglove is an outlet, and we're getting to cheat the costs of the character anyhow. So whatever we do, you know, like if it is like the line Will was suggesting with Hullbreak Horror or the Tidespout Tyrant, the outlets need to be on the board, right, for this all to go off, right? So obviously you make infinite mana, and then you have some other element on the board that's going to allow you to draw your deck or just win the game, hopefully with ETBs. Adamus was just suggested. Adamsis All Seeing was suggested. I just want to take a look at this because I don't think I know this card. All Seeing damages an opponent. You may reveal your hand if if cards with at least 6 different converted mana costs are revealed this way, that player loses the game. Oh, that's kind of cheeky.
don't think we're going, or at least going to be able to go for that. So probably not. But
No, no. So, is there a way to slam a companion in this list that might give us an outlet? Or do we just want to go for a pure Foxglove build? So I just want to start there, and then we can sort of get the combo pieces out of the way. Again, cEDH deck, I'd like to have some finishers, at least 2 options available.
so the 3 companions that we could run are Karuga. You need to run high cost things, and then ETB draw for your high cost things. The cat, that's the name I can't remember, and you need a bunch of specific creature types in your deck, and only those creature types, and then you anthem all those creatures. And then finally you have the serpent that we can't run because we need to have 110 cards in our deck. So no companions.
Imagine if we use LED to turn 1 Fox, and they killed the Fox. Could you imagine using LED to just drop this guy and be like, I'm going to draw so many cards, and they're like, I'm going to cut you out of the game? It would be a little rude.
That would hurt.
It would be a little rude too. I think it would be extremely, extremely rude.
I will say Foxglove is definitely going to be Chrome on steroids. I draw like maybe 2 to 3 cards in a rotation. No, I'm drawing 5 to 6 every time.
Right, right. You do need to, minus. So this is card advantage, right? But you do need to subtract from that. But like if someone has, like Will was suggesting, like they have a heuristic study or something, and they've just drawn a mess of cards, 14 minus 4 is still 10. It's like still a handsome amount of cards. So I think we'll definitely get there. Sometimes I wish this was damage so that we could like double strike this, but that's maybe a little too aggressive. But also I guess it wouldn't really work. Oh no, it would work that way, right? Wouldn't you just draw the cards and then be able to drop with the other trigger?
Well, it's
Nasty.
when it attacks, you get the trigger.
I
So
know,
you
I
need
know.
double combat.
I just wish it was I just wish it was damage is what I was saying. Then it would be fun
Yeah.
to put double strike on this. And yeah, most of the additional combats are in red, if not all of them. But we do have additional turns in blue, and seed time if you want to consider that in green.
That was another thing I was thinking of, because if somebody has heuristic study in play and you're taking extra turns, you are drawing like 12, 13 cards a turn. You are winning.
So are we doing Foxglove turns?
Maybe? Because then we just have Dorks and then Foxglove, and we just beat the crap out of people, and we run Craterhoof and Cavalry to actually close out the game. That's honestly
Ooh.
probably the way we go.
Maybe haste any enablers. Yeah, Lava Spur Boots is a new one. We could do Lightning Greaves, obviously. We can do Boots of Striding. All right, so
We can
let's...
also do Concord the Crossroads, and I
Right.
think Concord the Crossroads is the only really good one outside of the equipments.
My only qualm with Concordant is that it offers haste to everything, but that's good for our
we
dorks.
don't care if we get punched. We gain 3 life every turn with Foxglove. We're cool like that.
Boot with the fire. Boot with the fur. The boots with the fur. Have we gotten that secret lair yet where we just get like...
Well, you have your freaking rabbit boots. You have your rabbit Swiftfoot boots, and that goes with Bloomburrow and Foxglove. Look in the background. He is the mice shopkeeper.
That's so true. Yeah, those boots are nowhere near me. Oh, I'm so sorry. I meant to... Hey, guys, we have these packs. We'll open these halfway through. After we brew the deck, how about before we goldfish, we'll open up some collector boosters from Bloomburrow. Speaking of Bloomburrow, we'll do 2 and then 1 at the end of the video if you guys want to hang out and open those with us. We have yet to open an anime card, and that's all I want. That's all I want. Anime Zinnia would be pretty sweet. You can also do tokens with Intruder Alarm. Tokens with Intruder Alarm. Spark Double and Sakashima for extra Foxgloves. Chris Robbins. I like what you're saying.
Well, here's the reason why that isn't that great. Because we have multiple Foxgloves, we're just putting creatures into play at that point.
You act like that's a bad thing.
Well, I'd rather draw cards.
I know, I get you. I get you. All right, so I'm gonna do Lightning Greaves. I'm gonna do. Do you like the Lava Greaves as well?
Lava Spur boots are good enough.
Swiftfoot
They're not
boots.
great, but they're good enough.
I always call them Boots of Striding. What game am I pulling from to call them Boots of Striding?
I
Anyway,
think you're mixing it up with, I think, Striding Harness. Hold
maybe.
up, let me.
Oh, good old
No,
Ixalan. Spark Double and Sakashima. Rosie and Basking Brute Scale. So I'm not going to assume we all know who Rosie Cotton is. I'll put her on
that
the screen so we can take a
yeah,
look, though. There's
that
a
combo is only useful if you have a mana outlet in the command zone.
right, but it is a pretty easy Celestia combo to pull off. It's so far as I know, there aren't really are there any blue cards that also work with this? We could
Uh,
do something with Rosie if we wanted to. Also, I'd like to state that I'd like to rely on creature-based combos for this deck. Again, it just plays into Foxglove, so I mean, it makes sense to me.
yeah,
Um, hmm.
I don't. I don't think there's a
Oh,
blue Rosy Cotton combo.
do we want to mess with? Do we want to mess with Took? Is this a Took deck?
I honestly think it's just a turns deck.
All right, well, the Preston line, Nubex. Preston line. What is this? Since we can cheat out
Oh,
creatures, maybe we can afford a few degenerate creatures. Things like Jin Cataxius. Angelus, you're not wrong. I do think that because of the nature of this deck, we can play some pretty dumb things. Like if we want to do Vorinclex or whatever, if we want to do Jin Cataxius, any of the Praetors, really. If we want to do them, we can. Add Scurry Oak. Add Scurry Oak now. Right. If we did do Rosie, but I don't think we're doing Rosie. I don't know.
so
You tell me, guys.
we're not doing Rosie. But Preston,
Oh,
people are
oh,
referring to
the
Preston the
rabbit.
Vanisher. Yeah, Preston the Vanisher, which is when a non-token creature enters, if you didn't cast it, you make an 0/1 illusion copy of it. The Preston lines are you get out like Felidar Guardian, then make infinite Felidar Guardians because the tokens keep flickering Felidar
Flick, flick,
Guardian.
flick, flick, flick. Yep.
Yeah, and then you just go infinite with that, and then eventually your OG Felidar Guardian is flickering your lands to make infinite mana, and then you're exiling every non-land permanent your opponents control with infinite 0/1 Felidar Guardian tokens. So, yes, that is a thing, but no, that is not worth it.
You don't think that's worth it? It's kind
No,
of a, it's two cards set up. It's not
I
difficult.
honest, I honestly think our best course of action is just to run like some light stack stuff, and then we just play Craterhoof for free off of our commander, and then kill everybody because we can definitely go wide enough.
All right, how much fast mana are we running in this deck? I mean, so frankly, this does scream like a list that just wants to drop fast mana
Yeah.
because we should be drawing pretty handsomely. It'll also reward us when on the back end when we're trying to do extra turns. So we'll hit. So, well, here's all we've added, folks. If you're just jumping in, haste enablers. We have 4. I want to do extra turns like Will's suggesting, and go to beats. I do think that we could. What's the card that works with this? Thassa's Oracle in that blue spell?
Oh,
We talked about this before.
paradigm shift.
Yeah,
Paradigm
we
shift.
could do a Thassa's Oracle paradigm shift thing if we
That
want to.
that does require you to have nearly no cards in your graveyard, though, which may
Right.
be hard if we're playing out our hand every turn.
Maybe.
There,
Unless
there's
one of the things we run is Rest in Peace or something. Like if one of our stacks pieces, we can sort of play into it. In case you guys are wondering, this is just a mono blue Thassa's Oracle line. Like Will was suggesting, you do need to have few to no cards in your graveyard because your graveyard becomes your library. It's like a weird kind of doomsday effect, I guess. You shuffle the graveyard into your library. But you could use this with Thassa's Oracle to win a game. It is a Tainted Pact CMC, right? So it's low, it's possible, but you don't really see this that often. It is something we can do if we want to run Thassa's Oracle, though. It just feels weird not to consider it. So, thoughts?
well, one thing I want to potentially look into is the dumb skip your draw step effects because we can definitely keep drawing through to do things. Uh,
Oh. What are some of the skip your draw effects? Hold up. Just popping in. Have
So
Hullbreaker Horror and Tidespout Tyrant been mentioned? Red, they have been. We just haven't included them because obviously, you think of something like a Shorakai list or, there's a lot of decks that will appreciate those two once you've generated infinite mana, right? Because we're all playing fast mana and cEDH. You usually have a payoff in the CZ. Mr. Foxglove isn't a payoff necessarily. It's just a good way to cheat those things out. So we would need the infinite whatever into an outlet, and the outlet is not a part of our command zone. Also, food chain combos. Food chain, again, it's like usually when I see infinite mana or I see food chain considered, which is just infinite mana for creatures, I like for there to be a payoff, easily accessible. And this is sort of why I brought up companions earlier. I just want to know that we can do something with that mana. I just don't see us doing anything with that mana. Any Nadu lines? Don't have any in
really
mind.
quick, do you know what is maybe the most brutal card we can run in the deck? Words of Wind.
Oh,
Because we just pay 5 mana and make everybody bounce 5 permanents, which is going to increase hand size for Foxglove later.
yeah. I was playing an Onslaught cube a little while back. This is at CubeCon. This is at CubeCon last year. Dude, I drafted Words of Wind. I had such a good time because it also considers like your first drop return as well. So there's some stupid things you can do with this. Like if you don't need the cards, like screw your board. It's also permanence, right? Not non-land permanence.
It's
Will,
brutal. It's rude. I
look at
love it.
that. Look at all. I don't know why. I don't know. I've never noticed Eric Peterson's art. It's so good. This guy getting just caught in this. You know what this reminds me of? Did you watch the Harry Potter series, Will?
Yeah.
Do you know that scene where that one guy? It's in the Wizarding World's like newspaper station, wherever it
Yeah.
is, I forget, but there's like that one guy chasing them. This is after, it's like Deathly Hollows part 1, I think, when the one guy's chasing them with like the ponytail blonde hair. He just
Yeah.
gets wrapped in newspapers because Harry throws news. This reminds you of that. This is pretty much that. I feel like they copied that from Words of Wind. Meha can draw your Thassa. Naru Meha lines for deck out. Naru Meha lines. I like where everyone's head's at. I really like where everyone's head's at. Let's do Words of Wind, Will. What are the other words?
The other one is Words of Wilding and Words of Worship. But Wilding is make a 2/2 bear and Worship is gain 5 life.
You didn't bring up the 2/2 bear sooner?
No.
This is how I know Will's a Pepsi drinker.
1 mana for a 2/2 is not worth it.
No,
Just
well,
ask any modern burn player.
I'd rather take the bear, Will. I'd rather take the bear.
I prefer the taste of victory.
Yeah, I guess if Pepsi's Words of Wind, I would say that Coca-Cola's the Words of Wildling. Okay, I'm sorry. We've added 5 cards to this deck. We need to get this moving along. Thanks for hanging out with us, folks.
All of the fast mana, do we run LED? We can probably get away with running LED.
If we feel like dumb bitches. Wait, okay. It's instant speed, right? Can we put the trigger on the stack and crack it?
So we crack it and we have to discard our whole hand. It's not a trigger, it's part of the cost of the ability.
I meant
so
the trigger of our attack. Can we go to combat, attack,
Yeah.
crack it? Right, it's instant. It's because it's not a mana ability. It does use the stack. It's a mana ability that uses the stack.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
But we can do LED because if we get out a early Foxglove, we're good. Also, just we're planning on trying to get Hellbent as early as turn 2 to 3, probably. So we want to get our hands low.
Would you turn 1 Foxglove off an LED?
Yeah. Because you got like land fast mana, which is gonna take 2 cards out of your hand. LED, you have 4 other cards in hand. You might be able to play like 1 other piece of fast mana or 1 0 mana card, and then Foxglove. So you ditch 3 cards, but have Foxglove, and you're gonna draw 7 cards next turn.
It's true. Are we doing Mana Vault, Grim Monolith? Or are we using 2 CMC rocks? How deep into the rabbit hole are we going?
All of the fast mana period, except for maybe Mox Opal and Mox Amber. Only because not sure how many artifacts we're gonna have, and we're not gonna have Foxglove out until we're not having Foxglove out, and we want the fast mana to hit Foxglove. So, nah.
LED, Chrome Mox, Mox Diamond, Soul Ring, Mana Crypt, Mana Vault, Grim Monolith, Jeweled Lotus, Lotus Petal.
Yeah. And then I say that we put in all of the 1 mana ramp effects. This includes dorks. I'm even fine with Boreal Druid in this deck if I'm being completely honest.
Well, there is generic in the cost, right?
Yeah.
What if I only added Boreal Druid? Wait, is there a noble hierarch, ignoble hierarch? What is the
Literally Noble Hierarch.
I've never played this card.
Fair.
I've only seen it. I've only heard rumors of it.
I've
Noble
only heard
hierarch.
tales and fables.
All right.
One ring to rule them all.
Give me, oh my god. Thanks for joining the sneeze stream. So here on Local Game Group, we like to just run 2-hour streams where we sneeze at
It's
camera.
tradition.
Yeah.
It's really funny. My friend my friend live streamed on Twitch, and he got a following because people like in his hallway were vacuuming, so all you could hear was just a vacuum cleaner for his whole stream, and for some reason the chat lost their minds, and he got like an average of like 4 viewers on his streams, but he would get on that stream he got 80 viewers, and everybody's like, what the that is the dumbest thing ever, but apparently he got views for it.
Is the sneezing working for you guys? Do I need to tell my neighbors to be louder? Just tell me, God, please help me crack the code. Oh my god, I'm falling apart over here. I'm so sorry. It's a hoof deck.
Yeah.
Okay. So Elvish Spirit Guide, Avacyn's Pilgrim. Thank you, Red Spectre. Yes, Avacyn's Pilgrim. Avacyn's Pilgrim before fucking Boreal Druid. Sorry. Elvish Spirit Guide. Although I know Will has a special place in his heart for the Snow Elf. Did you run the Snow Elf in that Jor-El list? Or
Jorn,
Jorn.
God of Winter. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Because it's good enough. It makes 2 mana.
Greaves are in the deck. Greaves are in the deck, and I see your excuse to run Nadu. Fucking Nadu. Oh, I mean, Nadu's in there if you just strictly want to cast a creature from your hand for free. Well, sure.
Here's the thing. We're running a ton of creatures, and we're running Lightning Greaves.
Also, if we're trying to go for extra turns, man, you're going to be a real bitch if you got all those lands. It's not a bad choice. It's not a bad choice. Infinite mana, infinite combat tricks. Quirion Ranger is nice too. Okay, here's what I got so far, boys and girls. I've got Chrome Mox, Mox Diamond, Soul Ring, Mana Crypt, Mana Vault, Grim Monolith, Jeweled Lotus, Lotus Petal. I'm going to put Arcane Signet in there as well, just because we can take it out later. We can take it out later if we don't like it. We've got Boreal Druid. I'm just gonna copy paste that, put it on the side for now.
I like Boreal Druid.
Well, I'm gonna put Wild Growth and Utopia Sprawl as well, and that should hopefully take up.
We can also put an Exploration just because it thins out our hand. And did you already add Carpet Flowers?
Did not. Okay, so those 2 are in. We have Arbor Elf, Elvish Mystic, Noble Hierarch, Llanowar Elves, Bop, Avacyn's Pilgrim, Elvish Spirit Guide, Nadu, who is technically Ramp. Am I missing one? Finehorn Elves. Okay, yes, and Delighted Halfling exists. Will, do you care? Delighted Halfling.
Yeah, Delighted Halfling's good. Stops people from countering our Nadu and our Foxglove. So, yeah.
But really, was the sneezing working for you? Guys, let me know. We can sneeze more on this channel if that's what you want. I'll just like bring my vacuum in here and just like empty the container just all over the room. It really get me ready to sneeze for you guys. Leave a like.
He's a method streamer.
That's right. Leave a like if you're enjoying the stream, please. It goes a long way. I promise it does. I've seen YouTube's analytics. I know what they're looking for. And I know their kink. At any rate, Delighted Halfling, yes. Land tax to force hand size. Land tax to force hand size, you say? How do you
Land
feel
tax
about that?
increases our hand size. We usually want our opponents to have bigger hands.
Yeah, I feel you. I
I
feel you.
for force hand size, yes, it will make it so that we can cheat in a creature more consistently. But the thing is, if we attack somebody and we fill up our hand and just play a little bit, somebody's gonna have like 3 cards in hand, and we can just go, okay, 4 cards attack game.
So I don't know if you know this about Will, but he does consider Seedborn Muse mid. Do you consider
Yeah.
Seedborn Muse mid in a deck that plays her for free?
So Seedborn Muse could be okay in this deck, depending on how many instants we run. Because if we have the ability to use our mana on other people's turns, I think Seaborn Muse could be good for the deck. But otherwise, nah.
Will, how do you feel about Roaming Throne?
uh, it makes so that we get to draw and then put a creature from our hand into play. Eh,
Is that not
don't
enough?
really. It's not really doing it for me.
I agree on Muse. Red Spectre that it's mid. Okay. Kinnan? Anyone? Kinnan?
Can get away with Kinnan. More mana, faster
Yeah.
dumping.
Faster dumplings, he says. Okay. Will, hit me
We
with.
I think we also probably run Azusa Lost but Seeking, just because if we're drawing a lot of cards, we want to dump the lands from our hands as soon as possible. So explore. Oh, sorry, Burgeoning. Burgeoning over Azusa. What am I saying?
Burgeoning over Azusa.
Yeah,
But, Will, what about extra turn spells?
we can do both. I
No, just,
honestly
well,
don't
take.
hate both.
Okay, take extra turn, Will. Do you know all of them by heart or no?
Uh, Time Warp. We got Time Warp.
Is there
We
a new one?
not a new good one, I don't think. But we have Time Warp, Capture of Jing Sao, and there's another 5 mana one.
What about Lighthouse Chronologist, Will?
No, that's extra turns between other people's turns.
Is that too awkward for you?
Well, it's not really extra turns, and it's a whole lot of mana. We have to dump 7 mana into him before actually getting it active.
I kind of dig it. I've never actually seen it played. God, Time
It's
Vault.
because it's a casual card. It's I take a turn, then the next person takes a turn, then I take a turn, then the next person takes a turn.
If only we could run Time Vault.
Everybody says that. Everybody always says that.
I know. Look at this little guy in the robe. Doesn't he look like he's having such a great time with that?
Temporal Manipulation is the last one that I couldn't remember for
Oh,
the 5 mana ones. We can also probably do Temporal Trespassing, and then Beacon of Tomorrows and Nexus of Fate, and we can do Walk the Eons too.
oh my God, Will. Wait, okay. Did you say Capture of Jing Zhao?
Yes.
I didn't hear it.
Yes.
All right, all right. Hit me with all of them again.
All
Capture
right.
of Jing Zhao.
Yeah. Time Warp, Nexus of Fate.
Oh God, Will. Will. I'm sorry. I'm slow right now. It's 10 hours of work. Okay.
Fair enough. Okay.
Nexus of Fate.
And
Time
Time Warp.
Time Walk?
Time Warp.
I got Time Warp.
Yeah. Temporal Manipulation.
Yeah. Temporal Manips.
Temporal Trespass.
Ooh, God, we really getting temporal up in here. Okay.
Then where's the other one? I want to make sure that I say the right thing. Why can't I? There we go. Walk the Aeons.
Oh, we got another one for Seedborn Muse in the audience. Is Nyx Bloom not in here?
We might be able to get away with running Nyx Bloom.
Yeah, I mean, if we're trying to extra turn it up, the boy is $30. Wow, so impressed. He's really come of age. Karn's Temporal Sundering, is this another one?
6 mana legendary sorcery, bounce a non-land permanent, take an extra turn, then exile this. Could be good. We might be able to get away with running Time Stretch and
Did you
Expropriate
do
as well.
did we do Temporal Mastery yet?
We did not. We can do Temporal Mastery. I don't like it only because it's pretty much always going to be 7 mana.
Yeah, but so is Nexus of Fate.
Yeah, but Nexus of Fate isn't infinite. It's a win con.
Is it?
Yes.
We need Isochron Scepter though, right?
No, we just put it back in the deck, redraw it, put it back in the deck, redraw it, put it back in the deck, redraw
Right, but
it
like
again, again, and again.
off of a ISO Mystic Tutor, right?
We don't need that. We just draw our deck.
How are we drawing our
Then we're good.
deck? How are you drawing your deck, Will?
Storm extra turns
Hey, what are you
with
doing?
Foxglove.
What are you doing? How are you drawing your deck?
You just draw your. You take 10 extra
I don't
turns and draw 10 cards per each extra turn to draw your deck and win the game.
I don't see you drawing your deck that way. You're gonna deck yourself, my sir.
Patrick, other option, Nadu. You're drawing your
Uh,
deck off Nadu.
so since we're running extra turns, we will likely have a larger hand than our opponents. Likely, we're gonna be dumping cards.
The
Um,
the idea is outside of the extra turns, the hoof and the Moonshaker Cavalry, our entire deck is going to be like CMC 1 for the most part.
are you using Moonshaker Cavalry?
Might as well run both. Redundancy is good.
Okay. All right, let's take a bird's eye view of the Foxglove. Why don't we? Oh no, my delighted halfling doesn't count. They don't like my delighted halfling. Oh god. Try this again. We're gonna go with, oh no, we'll go with the alt art. Oh no, we'll go with that one. It's really
An
bad looking.
undelighted halfling.
Yeah. How about Blightsteel or Eldrazi? Eldrazi have cast triggers, but I mean they're still fine. And
Like
Blight's
Void Winnower, maybe.
Void
But
Winnower is kind of cute. I like Void Winnower. It's so bad it's good. It's what's so bad it's good. Brainstorm
we
for miracles.
might
Huh.
be able to get away with running Blightsteel only because it's the One Ring. People need to exile it to get rid of it. Maybe? I could be talked into that. It's another win con.
As an alt win con, just blight stealing people, kind
Yeah.
of. If Blightsteel Colossus would be put, I mean, it's important to note that. So what are we doing with our turn? We attack with Foxglove, we drop the Blightsteel, and then we cast an extra turn spell. I mean, it's not bad unless there's haste enabling, and then it's still getting dropped when we attack. So it's drop a Blightsteel and like, hey, can you deal with this?
I mean, that works. Do we want to just like toss in the tutors, then like the general staples, and then put in literally all the interaction in the world and then call it a deck? Because honestly, we could do that.
Well, let's look at the bones. And I think the bones here are. Look, we could probably remove some lands, Will. I feel like there's better MDFCs to include.
Do
What am
that. We're
I?
gaining life. We're fine with double face.
Yeah, what am I getting rid of? What am I getting rid of land-wise here? I want to cut
Probably the
this.
snowlands.
Yeah, but I mean, like, what if we get blood mooned by that one person? Fuck it. All
Then
right.
we have dorks. That's what dorks are made for, Patrick.
That's what dorks are for. All right, all right. Exotic Orchard, a land my opponent controls. No, we're gonna take that down. Oh, I want
No,
to go
that's one of the better lands. Taps
Exotic
for every
Orchard.
color. Somebody has
No,
a city brass in play and you have a Wooburg land.
I'd rather Forbidden Orchard.
But it's an exotic orchard, but with a downside.
All right, so we've got, unless we're on the play, sir. I do think about that because on the play it's just a slow land. So we've got 26 lands. We can include some MDFCs here. I think they're worth it. What's the one that draws based off of like how many green permanents you have? What's the new
That
one?
you're thinking Regal Force, but that's not a double face.
No, 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 no. It's the
Your
girl.
Disciple of Fraley's the one that's sack a creature and draw equal to its power and gain life equal to its
Is that
power.
how she reads?
Yeah, it's
Sacrifice.
Disciple of Bolus, but more mana.
Well, that's what we do with the Blightsteel then. No, we probably
Yeah,
don't want to do
no
it.
one else can kill our Blightsteel. We'll do it.
Yeah. I mean, we could run Disciple of Freyalise. It'd be a weird one to drop from our hand, but we could do it. Thoughts?
Uh, do we need draw in our draw deck?
Yeah.
I
I
think
would
we
say,
run Rhystic Study and Mystic Remora than an Esper Sentinel. I
is
don't think we need
this
Fraley's.
is this sweet card, Anthony Palumbo? Have you ever seen Disciple of the Old Ways, Will?
I have not.
Selesnya thinks nature is a pretty plaything. True nature would rip their faces off and wear their skins as trophies. Holy shit,
White Gruel, let's go.
that flavor text. Gains first strike until end of turn. I'd play this card. Support this card. Hulk, Dryad Arbor, Greensun, Zenith, Gifts from Bloomburrow. I feel like you can always probably run Tooth and Nail if we want to do Tooth and Nail thing. Con Sphinx.
Really quick, Patrick, I'm just imagining Disciple of the Old Ways in a Sharpie cube. It's pay a red, rip faces off and wear their skins as trophies.
That's not weird at all. Yeah, Palumbo did a great job though. Good on you, sir.
Oh, I love that.
Some free counter magic. Yeah, we need to add all of our counter spells and stuff. All right, Will, let's add some stop lays. Why don't we?
All right. Rhystic Study, Mystic Remora.
You want draw in our draw deck?
Worthy draw. It's good enough draw. Those are
about-
probably going to be the only draw things I actually recommend.
I was gonna
for the
say
deck.
well, Nadu's in there already, but our audience got to it.
Nadu doesn't draw, Patrick. That Orcish Lumberjack never sees a trigger.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But beyond those, Sylvan Library, is it laughable? But when we gain 3 life every swing, well, every swing.
We really don't need Sylvan Library. It's notable that like Nadu decks I think don't play Sylvan Library because it's just too slow.
Tragic is what you mean. But yeah, factual. All right, guys, hit those bacon, egg, and cheeses while we fill out the rest of this deck. How about that?
Force of will, force of
will.
negation, fierce guardianship.
Did I say Memora? Oh, Remora. Thank God. Okay, I thought you were trying to correct my spelling. Yeah, force of will. Force of negation. Do you want to do the force of whatever, the green one?
Force of vigor, sure.
I mean, we're gonna have cards to just blow.
Now, Patrick, can you name what the white force is?
Force of unyielding. Force of, I don't know. Force of something that's not being played. Sorry.
Force of virtue.
Oh God, yeah, that's right. Force of virtue. That rings true for white. Force of Pat. Yes. Stop them with my.
Yeah.
We got a force of will. When can we get a force of Pat?
Green has the coolest named force card that is not actually one of the forces, and it's Force of Savagery.
Oh, that does sound pretty beastly.
It's 2 and a green for a creature elemental with trample, 8 power for 3 mana, and 0 toughness. It's an 8/0.
What's the blue? What are all the free? Name all your favorite free blue counter spells. And do we use the new force of? Do we use the new
Flare of Denial?
Flare of Denial. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I think we might be able to get.
Oh, it doesn't need to be a blue creature though.
It has to be a blue creature. We have Foxglove and Nadu. Maybe not.
Sideboard.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, unless we're winning the game with that thing, is Foxglove integral for every single? What the hell? I mean, why not Flare of Denial, Foxglove if we've got the mana?
I like how he turned German for a second though. Foxglove.
Yeah. Guys, I'm catching up with your comments. Sylvan Stacks Miracles. They're already
we
there.
also probably want Drannith Magistrate just because Drannith Magistrate. 2 mana make people very sad.
Well, is this a oof deck? Do we want to run oof or nah?
Stop people from playing cards, but don't stop us from playing cards? Sure. You know what this deck is actually probably really good for?
Oh.
What is it? Is it Stasis Field? It's not Stasis Field.
Name your favorite free counter spells, people.
It's
Name your favorite counter spells.
It's the most brutal white card in the game, and it's so brutal that most people don't play it because it hurts their decks. Suppression Field. We should probably be running Suppression Field.
Oh, here we can look it up.
Oh, you want to use the One Ring, pay 2. You want to untap the One Ring with the key, pay 3. You want to untap the One Ring with the clock, pay 2.
Right. Is there a different version of this that exists?
Nope.
Is this really
They
the
were
only...
too terrified after seeing how brutal the original was.
Do we not have activated abilities that aren't mana
Not really.
abilities?
We have equipment. That's it. And honestly, we kind of don't care. Only if we have Nadu out do we care, but this also stops Nadu, which is why it's really good for us.
Activated abilities. Yeah. For stopping them for just freely equipping zero cost spells, making it an equip 2. Yeah, that's pretty
Yep.
nasty.
The only thing that this hurts for us, though, is fetch lands. We have to pay 2 to crack our fetches, but we're probably just going to crack all of our fetches before playing this.
I still like this. Yeah, because we have
Yeah.
the advantage of knowing, right? Oh, we're cheating creatures. What about Astral Dragon making 2 copies of any non-creature? Mana
I
Tithe, Mindbreak Trap. Mindbreak Trap, thank you. What do you guys think of Pact of Negation? I think we're a little slow for Pact of Negation, Elgin. Normally I like Pact of Negation if you're trying to win that same turn.
Yeah, my issue is Pact of Negation isn't free because we are going to be paying 5 on our next turn, so we can't play the rest of the cards in our hand, or we can't play the cards that we draw off of Foxglove to keep going. Mental Misstep though. Mental Misstep is another good one.
okay, just name core counter spells for me.
An
Um,
offer you can't refuse. Swan Song.
I have Swan
Uh,
Song.
we probably don't want Spell Pierce because we're a little too slow.
What is the
Um,
I never remember these blue spells. I just play
Describe
them.
it. I can name it.
No, it's all right. Spell Pierce is one for sure, and then we probably want a handful more. The one that counters Spell Pierce is one that adds to the cost, right? It's attacks. What's the one that counters
Yeah,
instant speed spells?
Dispel.
Dispel. That's right.
Not Dive Spot, Dispel.
What about Commandeer?
Flusterstorm. Flusterstorm.
I put Chain of Vapor already. Do we want to incorporate Cyclonic Rift?
Yeah, it's still good removal. We also have Into the Flood Maws, the new fancy spice.
Yeah, if you want to bounce a thing, for sure. Gilded Drake and the Energy Drake. I kind of just like the Storm Drake.
You Volatile Storm Drake.
Volatile Storm
I like
Drake.
both of them. I like both of them.
Yeah,
They're
but
both really good disruption.
I just don't own the other one, so, you know.
Yeah, well, suck it up, make a proxy.
230 bucks these days? God damn. Look at that, man. Look at that, man. That dragon's worth its weight in gold, people. That Drake, I should say. Flusterstorm. Will of Force. It's in the deck. That's right. We're going extra turns, so probably Pact isn't that great. No, yeah, I would say that's just, because it might put us off of our extra turn spell or whatever.
Now, weird question.
Weird question.
Disruption Shawl.
That is a weird question.
Because it gets rid of 2 cards from our hand, making it so that we'll draw more cards off Foxglove, and it's a free counter spell.
How do you... Did I spell it wrong? Shawl?
Shaol.
Oh.
It's the weird shoal.
I'm not seeing it.
Or so, OAL. My bad. OAL.
Disruption?
Yeah, disrupting. Disrupting shawl.
Alright, people. You may exile a blue card with converted mana cost of X from your hand rather than play a spell's mana cost. Counter target spell if it's... Wait, counter target spell if its converted mana cost is X. What? So it's...
Exile Mental Misstep, and this is a Mental Misstep. Exile Counter Spell, this counters a 2-cost spell. It's a Spell Snare. Exile a 5-cost, and then you can counter spell an Adnaz.
Or
Exile a spell from or a blue spell from your hand, and then you counterspell a card with the matching cost.
I get what you're getting at. Is this the deck that wants to run Disrupting Shoal?
I mean, I put it in Zur recently just because I needed more free counter spells to be able to build a board early.
Yeah, what the hell? We can try it. I'm a huge fan of the art. So there's that. We have,
From here, Swords to Plowshare, Path to Exile.
yeah, I got those in here. I got Silence in here as well. And I might even put like Orm's Chan or something. I still like Orm's Chan. I know in a blue world it's usually negligible, but I still like stopping combat as like a side
Yeah.
item to that effect.
Veil of Summer is also probably still good, just
Oh,
because cantrip.
yeah, because of the cantrip. But do you like Legolas's quick reflexes at all?
Yeah, I do.
Even in a trip color deck, you think Legolas's quick reflexes is good
We're built.
enough?
We're building around our commander, being able to just say one green, you can't respond, we protect our commander, and then we kill a thing on your board. Pretty good.
Do you like Noxus Revival to recover a extra turn spell?
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good.
How about Nexus and Leveler? Stormtrooper says
Uh, just
that is
doing
true.
Leveler to get rid of our whole deck and the Nexus of Fate to just keep punching.
I mean, at a certain point, if you're attacking with Foxglove, you'll deck yourself.
I think we're gonna be decking ourselves already if we're running extra turn spells because we're gonna be drawing so much.
Nibiru is saying extra turns and treasure is good. Permission denied, not free but underrated. Sorry if I missed any of your comments. Feel free to just keep, hollering at us. Counter target non-creature spell. Your opponents can't cast non-creature spells this turn. Well, Will, thoughts?
The issue with permission denied is if you wanted a silence effect, you're probably not going to want to wait for your opponents to cast a non-creature. If your opponents are doing creature-based things, they're still going to go off. If they're going to do a counter ward, they'll just counter this, and then it's just 2 mana, 8 a counter spell. And if they have instants that they want to use in response, they'll just kind of do instants on top of it. It's basically a silence that you can't play on your opponent's upkeep, and if you want to use silence defensively, you're playing it on an upkeep. It's not horrible, it's not bad, it's just in a weird spot.
God, I wish we could cheat in Dubscape. Whenever a player casts a non-creature spell, this
Nothing for
includes
you. You
us.
get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Thoughts on Dovescape, Will?
Hold up. Let me do a very dumb thing. Dovescape is funny, but
A very Dove thing.
I'm going to look at creatures from highest CMC downward.
All right, guys, if you're enjoying the brew, give us a bacon, egg, and cheese. Give Papa a bacon, egg, and cheese, please. Old Gnawbone and Foxglove. So here's the thing: we still have a lot of space in this deck, so there is room for us to build out just big dumb things to drop. Because frankly, Foxglove, we're really looking at it for the draw, not necessarily the big dumb drops. And we've got 7 cards in the deck right now. Right, getting silence for 2 mana. Right, that exists. Like you have Calamity's Wake, which is a thing. So we could also run Calamity's Wake, and I think it does a little bit more for us in the fact that you can use Calamity's Wake to exile opposing graveyards, to include your own. It's also symmetrical, so it hurts you. If someone stifles the first, Thassa's Nexus and Blink Thoracle. Getting silence for 2 minutes. How worried are we about decking ourselves? Kind of a bit, honestly, Angelus. Are you suggesting we run something to put our grave back into our library? Maybe.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think we're gonna ever get to the point where we actually even need to loop Nexus of Fate and try to deck ourselves, because if we build a board, we're eventually just gonna go, I play Hoof. All my creatures are 2020s. Die.
Will, Miss Bumbleflower?
No. No.
Why not? Andrew really
Because
wants Miss
Bumbleflower Bumbleflower is good if you are planning on letting your opponents draw cards. We do not want to give our opponents more stuff that they can use to interact with us if we can help it. If they're going to use their own cards to draw more cards, cool. We're going to be drawing more on top of it. But I don't think we want to get a card that is
Ooh.
just there to be a slot to make people draw more.
I kind of really dig Kozilek, the Great Distortion. Where is that boy?
That's a discard cards counter spells of the same.
Yeah. I kind of love
Not
it.
Not bad. One other thing I kind of might like it. This is something that somebody brought up way earlier, but Jin Gitaxias Core Augur OG Jin.
It just feels really stupid. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, well, our opponents are going to be hellbent, so we don't draw cards off of Foxglove anymore. But our opponents are hellbent.
Is
We
it
win.
it happens right? It happens at the end of
End
their
step.
next turn, or our end step
It's
they
a
just
play. Opponents' hand sizes are reduced by 7.
we didn't add any tutors, I realize. We need to fix
Yeah.
that. Let's just add some of our favorite big dumb name your favorite big dumb thing, people. And I'm just gonna add a survival of the fittest right now just to get that out of the way. I'm gonna forget about that card, but it is a tutor we should be using with this many creatures. You definitely want survival of the fittest here. It's gonna let us just cycle through them and drop big dumb
Now,
things.
hear me out. We can pay all of our mana to just keep discarding Blightsteel Colossus to find Blightsteel Colossus.
Is that what we want to do, people? Which Ulamog were you referring to? The Infinite Gyro or the Ceaseless Hunger? If you're worried about decking yourselves, there's another reason. You mean the Shuffle Titans, just in general. So,
Also, Patrick,
you mean
come
the
on.
Infinite Gyro?
We got a Ulamog the Defiler as well.
Is that a Shuffle Titan?
It's not a Shuffle Titan. That one's the when you cast exile half of somebody's deck when he attacks, blow up somebody's entire board.
Enters the number of +1/+1 counters equal to the greatest mana value among cards in exile. There will be none. Ulamog has Annihilator X, where X is its +1/+1 counters.
It's the best Ulamog. It's bad for our deck, but it's the best Ulamog.
It's the best Ulamog. It's bad for our deck. It makes us hexproof to OBM. OBM. Smothering Tithe, you say. Simian Spirit Guide in green. I forgot the name. Nibru, we have the Elvish Spirit
Elvish
Guide.
Spirit Guide.
Psychosis Crawler, biggest dumb thing with March of the Ents. March of the Ents has been brought up a few times. I'll look it up. This is obviously a card from Lord of the Rings. And
Now,
it's probably still a little expensive. Yeah, it is. Draw cards equal to the greatest
dumb card.
Mm-hmm.
Ancient Silver Dragon.
Was this brought up earlier?
No, this is just my favorite dumb card.
Oh, read it off then, Will.
Alright. Ancient Silver Dragon is 6 blue for a flying Elder Dragon with 8 power and 8 toughness. Whenever this deals combat damage to a player, roll a d20. Draw equal to the result, and you have no maximum hand size for the rest of the game. Draw. On average, draw 10.
A little slow. I'm really looking for things that have ETBs and or just good effects when they're on the field.
Void Winnower.
All right, so any other big... name your favorite big dumb thing, please, people. I need to know. And don't forget to leave a bacon, egg, and cheese. I could use a bacon, egg. I get to work from home tomorrow, man. You have no idea how excited I am. I got a lot of work done. I filmed so much today. I got a lot of work done, but I'm also going to get an amazing bacon, egg, and cheese down the street. Super excited for that. By the way, bacon, egg, and cheese is a hallmark of the deli lifestyle here in New York City. So whenever you're near a deli, to tell the quality of that deli, get the bacon, egg, and cheese. The one near me does bacon, egg, and cheese with hash browns and chipotle mayo. I'm so hungry. Okay. Oh shit, Gulta Stampede Tyrant. So Will, do you want to dump hand with Gulta Stampede Tyrant, or is that sort of like a win more situation for you?
So it does empty our hands out so that on the next swing we draw more cards, but it does feel very win more because we're cheating something big out. If we weren't running Gulta and that Gulta was screw it, a second Swords to Plowshare, we'd be cheating out the big thing instead. The only difference is we wouldn't be cheating out the dorks.
What's that famous line? Save the cheerleader, save the world. Cheat the Gulta, cheat your entire hand. Angelus, I don't know why. I never watched Heroes. I was just thinking of that line. How do I know that line? I've never watched Heroes. Alright, at any rate. Summoners plus green creature like Gulta. Summoners? Oh. Which summoners do you want? What are they called? Oh, do we put Consphinx in here?
Uh,
I think the answer is yes.
well, we need to add in all of our tutors still.
I get what you're saying, Angelus. I get what you're saying. It doesn't feel like it's win more. I'm gonna put Gulta on the side. It's been brought up a handful of times. I don't disagree with you guys. I think that we're probably gonna get there with our dorks. Like if we're just using, Craterhoof Behemoth after a few extra turns, and this is, neglecting that a board wipe can very definitely happen to us. Speaking of, should we put Final Showdown in here? Or like a proper board wipe that kills things? These colors aren't really great for it. Cyclonic Rift is the big board wipe, but it's not really a board wipe.
I mean, we have Winds of Abandon.
We don't have it in the deck. So yeah, I'll put Winds of Abandon in. I like Winds of Abandon. God Eternal Ronus is a combat thingy. I like that actually.
It's a Craterhoof, yeah.
Elish Norn, Mother of Machines.
Is that the double ETB? And no ETB effects? It's Torpor Orb and Panharmonicon.
Yeah. If a permanent entering the battlefield, permanents entering the battlefield, my friend sent me to the deli across the street to get him a bacon, egg, and cheese. He remembered I wasn't from here, and his sandwich had mozzarella. Honestly, a Mott's egg and cheese sounds pretty sick, though. I don't think I've ever asked for a bacon, egg, and cheese outside of anything with other than like cheddar or Kraft, which is usually what they use. Usually just some sort of plain yellow cheese. All right. Will, where are we? What is this deck? Are we over cards yet? We're over capacity. No, we're under capacity. We need 2 more cards, Will. Give me some tutors.
Worldly Tutor, Sylvan Tutor, because we're going to be drawing on our turn, so Sylvan Tutor is actually pretty good.
Is Personal Tutor really good? Because we need extra turn spells.
Mystical Tutor, probably not Personal Tutor. We can.
You don't want to hit your extra turn spells?
Maybe we get away with Personal Tutor. Personal Tutor.
All right, Mystical Tutor, Personal Tutor, Merchant Scroll. Do we need any instant speed blue spells?
Nexus of Fate.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Merchant Scroll. Okay, Merchant Scroll. You want Enlightened Tutor?
Yeah, you can get Lightning Greaves, which we can use with Nadu, so it's our way of finding
that white spree spell. So that's exactly what I was thinking of, Chris Robinson. I was thinking about using Final Showdown. I kind of like Final Showdown a little bit more. It's protection as opposed to removal, but I think it's equally important. Finale of Devastation. Finale of Devastation for Golta.
I'm blanking on this one tutor's name. Hold up, I'm gonna find it really quick.
Oh, Summoner's Pact. Okay. Bacon, egg, and cheese.
Eladamri's Call.
Eladamri's Call. Eladamri? Call. Okay. And I've got Survival of the Fittest, so we're already there with that. Any other tutors you guys can think of in these colors? And they can be transmute tutors, they can be ETB creatures, they could be artifact tutors. Do we need artifact tutors?
Probably not. We only find Lightning Greaves or mana.
Is Lava Spur Boot 1 mana?
Yeah.
So that means our Urza Saga could get Lava Spur Boots?
Yeah.
Is that weird?
I mean, it's either Lava Spur Boots or Soul Ring or Mana Crypt or Mana Vault.
What do you think? Urza Saga?
We probably don't need Urza Saga. Urza Saga's fine.
What about some MDFCs though? Name your favorite MDFC, audience.
We got the witch one. We got the deal damage to a attacker one, which are both the white ones, and then we have the blue bounce one. Those are the good ones. Give me a second. I'll find the actual names of them though.
Wait, Will, do you remember what you got from these packs?
I know that there's a Foxglove in one of my piles. I can't remember. And
I think I think I pulled the Polywog Prodigy.
Yeah, you did.
That was me. Okay. Sink into Stupor.
Yeah, Sink into Stupor is it. And it's the greater mana value than 0 on a land. And a
3 drops. Summoner's Pact, the Gulta seems nuts. Summoner's Pact into Gulta? Stop. What is this?
Summoner's Pact on Gulta seems very bad because it's going to be we get a giant creature that doesn't really do anything else, and then like 2 dorks.
Summoner's Pact, Craterhoof?
That feels better.
So Summoner's Pact. Are we running Summoner's Pact? Is this the deck?
We can probably get away with running Summoner's Pact.
All right, blue, white, flip, blue, green, and white, blue. What? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Are you suggesting MDFCs? What are you, Storm, what are you saying? What about the new Drake? Dude, Volatile Storm Drake is definitely in there. This card is stupid. Oh, I'm sorry. Will wanted Gilder Drake too because he plays proxies. I'm just kidding.
Sink into Stupor, Witch Enchanter, and the Hydroelectric Specimen.
Oh, these are MDFCs you want, Will?
Yeah.
How about
Razor Grass Ambush?
I'm sorry. Okay, wait. Razor Grass. I like the MDFCs that are creatures because we just get to play them. So I do want to use Razor Grass Ambush, which is an instant, but I do want to use Witch Enchanter. Witch's Enchanter? What is the name of the white one?
Witch Enchanter.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm asking. Which Enchanter is it?
The one that enchants the witches.
I've been seeing so many like sketches from what's that one guy, that white guy's name? He was on Airplane. I've been seeing so many of his sketches pop up recently. Okay, so Witch Enchanter, and then you also want the blue guy. What is it?
Hydroelectric Specimen.
God, what a name! What a name! Hydroelectric Specimen.
What a badass name for a water dude that's just getting shocked.
Will, any other creature-based MDFCs?
The only other creature one that is a bolt on the back is a Disciple of Freyalise, but I don't think we run Disciple of Freyalise.
Damn, okay. Hard no to my suggestion from earlier. But Will, how do you feel about Crunchling's suggestion? Angel of Runes.
Let me read this.
Enters the battlefield, exile up to 2 target artifacts or enchantments. They're just gone, Will. Flying 5/7. You can also plane cycle. It's a straight up plane cycler.
We have Force of Vigor. I don't think we should be playing into the put a creature from your hand into play as a thing we're going to be doing constantly. I think that's more of a backup plan than anything.
What about Glasspool Mimic?
Nah, tap land on the back.
A creature you control? Never mind. But yeah, it's sad. The MDFCs that came out of Zendikar Rising, unless they're mythic rares, they're not bolt lands. And a bolt land in our deck is like a standard land because of lifelink. Kodama of the East Tree, Dragon Lord Dramoka. Shit, we're getting all the big baddies.
Dramoka, I think, is Grand Abolisher for Selesnya.
Dramoka? I only know Dramoka because it's one of those shakes offered by Arby's.
Yeah, Dragon Lord Dramoka, your opponents can't cast spells during your turn.
Ooh.
And this spell can't be countered, and it's a flying lifelink 5/7.
How do you feel about that? More lifelink, Will. We could win with Felidar Sovereign.
So I actually like Dramoka because you go, okay, I attack with Foxglove, I get a creature from my hand into play responses.
Will, can we win with Felidar Sovereign? This is extra turns. Wait, is this the deck where Felidar Sovereign is better than Thassa's Oracle? Do I need to look it up? Here. Fel Sov.
At the beginning of your upkeep, if you have 40 or more life, you win the game.
Extra turn, Felidar Sovereign. Let's go.
I hate that this lines up perfectly to actually win.
Look at the secret lair. There's a little penguin. What the fuck? What is this? When did this come out? I like how majestic the original one is. You have this dumbass cat. I have 2 cats, by the way. I do love cats. Do we? Oh shit. Okay. Sorry. Coke Pepsi debate's over, guys. Thank you for participating in the Coke Pepsi debate. It looks like Coke came out on top. Surprise, surprise. But guys, is this an auto win deck? And let me know. Do you want Thassa's Oracle or do you want Paladar Sovereign? I've always wanted to play this card, but it's never had a deck. So just let me know. Do you think that this card is worth it? And Will, I would want you to taint the conversation. Give us your thoughts.
I hate that this is actually viable.
Because so we're doing extra turn stuff. We're going to be ramping a good amount. Our game plan is if anybody has like any high amount of cards in hand, if somebody has Rhystic Study or Mystic Remora out, we just chain extra turns and win the game. So we could totally win with Felidar Sovereign. The only reason why I think Felidar Sovereign isn't playable is only because we already have Craterhoof and Moonshaker Cavalry, which are giving us the ability to win the game already, with or without extra turns. So this feels like a bad redundancy, but it's still viable.
It's a win the game.
Totally could run it.
Well, so here, what are our outs right now? Our outs are Craterhoof, Cavalry, not auto win. You need to.
Let me actually play this out because I want to point out how stupidly well this does actually work. Because you just keep going, attack, gain 3 life, draw, fill up my hand, play an extra turn, and play out whatever 1 and 0 cost things I can. Next turn, attack, gain 3 life, refill my hand, play out my extra turn, and all the 1 cost things that I can do. Do that again, you've gained 9 life this turn, or this game, and then you go attack somebody with less cards in hand than you, pull out Felidar Sovereign, play another extra turn spell in hand for 5, right, and then win the game on your next upkeep.
Right, or, crack that Noxious Revival to recover 1, whatever. A Protean Hulk gets Felidar. Yes, it does. We're not going to do that. Never mind. For some reason, I thought we need more than 40. No, it's 40 or more. 40 or more. So you start with enough, and obviously, if you crack a fetch, you set yourself back, but you have lifelink. This is a lifelink commander that cheats out 6-drops. I don't know, guys. Yeah,
and Angelus, the whole point is Foxglove is a lifelink, and it's a 3/5 that's attacking every single turn. We're gonna be at like 50 life.
Nibru, you don't think I'm serious? I'm very serious about Felidar Sovereign. I'll look up Cultivator Colossus. Will knows this card well.
Be good. Yeah, well, it's a good card. Depending on the deck, it's a good card.
Yeah, you're biased though.
No. Like I've seen like 3 to 4 decks that actually want it and use it well, but like one is my Society deck, another one is Raga Draga, and the third one is the frickin' Death Bloom or whatever it's called, the frickin' plant that's Field of the Dead or just makes sapperlings.
Wait up, Nibru. Yes, I do think Cultivator Colossus is good here. Am I wrong? Moreover, is Nibru wrong? Will, are you going to call our audience wrong?
So it lets you turn all of the lands in your hand into cards that you can actually play out. It's not bad, but I don't think our version really wants it. But it is a good chunk of ramp in some situations. I just don't want to have more cards that say cheat, like we want to cheat in creatures outside of we're trying to win the game immediately.
In theory, we can drop Sovereign turn 1.
Turn 1?
There is a world where we could have a Haste Enabler, Foxglove, Sovereign, sure, with Jeweled Lotus. There is a world. Yeah. There is a world if we really rushed it. I think that is some Magic Christmas time kind of shit. If no one has an answer for Felidar Sovereign, then sure, we win the game. Our deck is 100% competitive, Will. I just want to point that out to the audience. As soon as we drop the Felidar Sovereign, they're like, oh fuck, this is a serious player right now. All right, guys, here, I'll end that poll. It's good to know that Coke won with 25 votes, and it looks like Felidar Sovereign won. I've already come. I want to play Felidar Sovereign in a deck, so it's in the deck. I'm going to take the 100% I got and go from there. Guys, we're gonna cut some cards. We need to cut 15 cards. So, Will, where do you want to start?
All right. I think we can start off by cutting.
Who's on in here?
We don't need Cultivator Colossus, Patrick.
Be right back grabbing food. Angelus understood. Yeah, I'm a little jealous. We don't need Cultivator Colossus.
We don't need Cultivator Colossus.
Oh, okay,
We may not need Consecrated Sphinx either, but we could probably still get away with
Let's
Consecrated
just-
Sphinx for
well,
actually.
It ensures that we're getting to cheat out a thing if that's what we want to do. But we're looking to draw cards. But Con Sphinx is just a better draw engine, frankly.
Yeah.
And like we can't always count on Mr. Foxglove being there. So I would be happy to cheat out Con Sphinx. I think Con Sphinx is one, a lightning rod, but two, a better draw engine. It's not like we're trying to cast it though, frankly.
Yeah.
I was gonna offer you a copy of the Faladar kitty, and then I checked the price. Are they up there? It's okay.
It's
okay.
like $40.
Oh my god.
It's a secret layer. It's one of the actual played secret layers. $42 for that Felidar Sovereign. The second most expensive, $6.
Right. Yeah, but I don't even want that promo one. I just want an original Zendi. I remember when I pulled this ages ago from like a fat pack or one of those boxes you get like that starts you off on the right foot or whatever in Magic. I pulled one of these and I'm like, this is so cool, but I didn't play Commander at that time. I don't know if Commander was a thing. When did Commander start? But yeah, I remember seeing this. I'm like, this is gonna be really cool, but I'm never having a use for it. I always think about it. I'm glad I thought about it today.
We can probably cut Void Winnower.
Wait, let's start sorceries. Let's start sorceries first. Temporal
Okay.
Trespass, Temporal Mastery, Walk the Aeons, Capture Jing Zhao. All of these sound great. Winds of Abaddon, Merchant Scroll, Finale of
We
Death.
probably cut Merchant Scroll. And maybe Personal Tutor.
I still like Personal Tutor, sir. I want that Jin Kataxias bad. I'm sorry, not personal. No. Personal Tutors to sorceries.
Yeah. We keep Sylvan Tutor though.
You don't want your Sylvan Tutor and Personal Tutor. They're our core cards. It's like our best creature drop or our easiest extra turn spell to get the ball rolling.
Yeah, well, it's always going to be like a 5-mana extra turn spell. I guess also Personal Tutor can get a Temporal Mastery onto the top, but we can also do the same with Mystical Tutor.
Let's leave it for now. Let's leave it for now. Merchant Scroll though, I will agree with you for the time being. Nexus of Fate.
Really quick, do we want Finale of Devastation? Only because we don't care about our low CMC creatures, or at least searching up our low CMC creatures. So I don't think
field. Right, no, I get you. Is this a better spot for Wirewood Symbiote? What the hell is it called? Eldritch Evolution. Eldritch Evolution, 5-drop into a 7-drop. Craterhoof, Moonshaker, Cavalry.
Those are both 8
drops. Yeah.
Jin is 10.
No,
it gets our Felidar Sovereign.
I don't know. Well,
It theoretically could get Cultivator Colossus, but we don't want Cultivator.
It could also get Con Sphinx just out.
Yeah. I don't think we want to include another card though, and I don't think we want to kill our Foxglove unless it's going to win the game immediately.
I'm taking Finale out for now. I do think that Finale, Battle of Zendikar, like the cheat to field ones are just not very useful here. Bristly Bill sends Nadu Colossus. No cut finally, only if you get Omnath mana. Pumps Foxglove with lands for more lifelink and landfall works well. Bristly Bill. Bristly Bill in this deck. I don't know if we need Bristly Bill either. Holy shit, wait, are we still able to buy the mystery booster thing?
They might have sold out already, but I think it might still be.
I totally forgot about the City of Brass Command Tower. These are really good looking.
Really quick. Secret layer. Scroll down. It says limited stock, but it does not say if they're out yet. It's mystery. It's a festival in a box, and it comes with a mystery booster box. Uh, one promo pack which has 4 cards in it. Then exclusive secret lair drop, and 3 collector boosters from recent sets, and it's a Ixalan, Wilds of Eldraine, and Commander Masters.
So I almost bought one. It's like $250. Yeah, let me know if you guys are purchasing the festival in the box. I'm not attending the Los Angeles, the Las Vegas Magic Con, although I would love to. I haven't been to a Magic Con in some time. It would be fun, but I can see myself getting the festival in a box, but frankly, I'd rather just purchase the singles outright. And I think that's ultimately what I'm going to do. But let me know if you guys are purchasing the festival in a box. I'd be curious to see how many of you are. So, Will, we're looking at instants. We have Nexus of Fate, Force of Will, Misdirection, Mindbreak Trap, Force of Vigor, Force of Negation. Are we missing any of the... By the way, the Evoke creatures. This is a deck that could probably leverage them well, like Solitude.
Solitude.
Shit, we should probably put those in, man.
Well, it's mainly would be actually. I guess we can do endurance as well, but the cuts that we have from instance that could potentially be cut, in my opinion, are potentially Final Showdown, potentially Force of Vigor, uh, potentially Legolas's Quick Reflexes. Probably
We
not. I actually
don't
like
have
Reflexes.
any mainline removal for artifacts or enchantments outside of a bounce effect. Is that okay with you?
It's fine. If we're gonna be chaining off on somebody's turn, bounce effects are better.
All right, what are the other ones you want to get rid of? I got rid of Final Showdown.
Yeah, so I think it's just those 3: Final Showdown, Force of Vigor, and maybe Legolas's Quick Reflexes.
Oh, wow.
Legolas is fine though, so it's probably just Final Showdown and
Search for a creature reveal it, put into your hand. I think Elodomri's Call is
Force.
still good.
Yeah. We might be able to cut Grim Monolith maybe and Lava Spur Boots.
Let me know, guys, in the comments why or why not you're also purchasing the festival in a box. Like, I'd be curious to know. $250 feels like a high cost, but you're getting some value adds there. As a matter of fact, you're getting the best Swords to Plowshare, in my opinion. I love that art, like the crow and the bicycle. Bringing.
It has the best rest in peace in my opinion as well. I love that art with the future sight framing. The
Did you
future
buy?
framing.
Did you buy one?
I'm not going to buy the box. I'm just going to buy singles because I doubt the singles are going to be too expensive because everybody's buying Festival in the box.
No,
And
I agree. I agree.
it's if I want to get a foil for some of the singles, that's a different story. But
All right, Will. Ristic Study, Words of Wind, Suppression Field, Survival of the Fittest, Burgeoning, Carpet of Flowers, Concordant Crossroads, Exploration, Mystic Remora, Utopia Sprawl, Wild Growth. Of these, I feel if we're really doing the thing with Foxglove, I feel like Burgeoning is better than Exploration.
yeah, but
It's also mid
they're
to late.
good.
Yeah, they're both fine. They're both good on equal terms. I think Words of Wind is kind of cheeky, but still really
Yeah,
good. Words of Wind is if we're behind.
well, Words of Wind is also potentially there for the combo turn because theoretically, if we have like 2 extra turn spells in hand, we can just say instead of drawing everybody bounce your things extra turn, next turn attack with Foxgloves, draw 20 cards because everybody had to bounce a bunch of things. But
Will, what if we had Consphinx, Words of Wind, and Seedborn Muse? It changes nothing for you.
changes nothing.
Okay, I'm just checking. Subtlety, love the future sight frames. Yeah, I get that. Buying it since it's the first mystery booster 2 product. Yeah, I don't know, Gabe Jess, if we're gonna get it another way. I think this is the way to get it. Am I wrong? I don't.
I think it is the way. Do you know Dewey? This is Dewey.
All right, Sonic or Knuckles.
Ugandan Knuckles.
Knuckles. Will, any of these enchantments you want to get rid of? I know you're a fan of all of them.
We can probably cut Words of Wind. It does feel cheeky.
It's
Like, just a
cheeky, but
little bit too cheeky.
it's pretty good though. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like it. And before we go to creatures, Swiftfoot Boots, Lightning Greaves. Oh, God, they did these Lightning Greaves? Ah, oh, fuck me. Oh, the future frame on these Lightning Greaves is sick as shit. This reminds me of some like Elder Scrolls art or something from a JRPG, but with a framing Elder Scrolls. Okay.
We can cut Grim Monolith and Lava Spur.
Lava Spur is not good enough for you.
Yeah, we don't need it.
Damn. All right. All right, kids. Jin Gitaxias, Void Winnower, Craterhoof, Moonshaker Cavalry. I'm going to cut to Cavalry because I think Felidar Sovereign and Craterhoof are enough. Is that crazy? We need to cut...
I like Cavalry more than Sovereign.
Oh, you're wrong, Will. That's where you're wrong. Well, enters the battlefield. Each creature gains flying and plus X or X's number of creatures you control. I understand that, Will. I get where you're coming from. Is Burgeoning bad? Seems good. No, it's good. Isochron Scepter. Isochron Scepter is pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. It's a good card. I don't know where we put it in. All right, we're gonna continue. We have Sovereign, Consphinx, Foxglove, obviously. Witch Enchanter, Elvish Spirit Guide, Hydroelectric Specimen, Nadu, Kinnan, Gilded Drake.
We might be able to cut Kinnan.
Yeah, it's like, fuck that guy.
It's major buff to your board, but only if you already have a board.
And then a lot of one drops. So Arbor Elf, Avacyn's Pilgrim, Birds of Paradise, Delighted Halfling, Elvish Mystic, Finehorn Elves, Llanowar Elves, Noble Hierarch. We need to cut 6 cards, Will. I'm going to save and continue. You guys can check the deck with us. It is linked in the description, so if you want to follow along and obviously play test it or do your own variant, you may. You have my express permission. Oh, Jesus, this is always tough, dude.
All right, 6 cuts, double checking enchantments, and we want things that let us play lands because that will keep our hand down so that we can draw more of Foxglove.
Is 99 a minimum? I'm kidding. Is 99 just a minimum? Can we do more?
I wish.
Well, hold up. How many MDFCs do we have now? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 30 lands technically, Will. That's a lot of lands.
We might be able to cut 2 lands potentially, and we might be able to cut like a dork. We can probably cut one of the 1 or 2 of the straight up green dorks. We could probably also cut Arbor Elf because Arbor Elf is the worst dork if we have our Stasis Fields in play.
No, I agree. Also, so far as a land cut is concerned, I can see us getting rid of Cephalid Coliseum.
Yeah, fair. You don't want to get rid of Tarnished Citadel so that we can keep our life up for Felidar Sovereign?
Oh, that's up there too. Yeah, that's gone. That's up there as well. All right, guys, we need to cut 3 more cards. Trace more cards. Hit me. Is LED really going in?
It's good enough, but we might be able to cut it if we do just need to cut another card. It's just there's another Jeweled Lotus for an early Foxglove, in my opinion.
You could cut lands, but this is low lands you have to test. Right, so right now we're at 28 lands total. Don't be mistaken. We're at 28 lands. That is a low land count for a 5 CMC commander, I feel, but people are getting more degenerate these days, so maybe we can too. I don't know.
We might be able to... I was going to say we can cut Temporal Trespassing, but I think we want all the extra turn spells that we put in here.
Yeah. Wow, this is actually a really tough deck to cut with. Summoner's Pack feels like it's just okay. I'm gonna get rid of Summoner's Pack.
We can get rid of Summoner's Pact. Do we want to just cut the... Do we want to cut Personal Tutor and something else?
Is it bad that I'd rather cut into the Flood Mob before Personal Tutor? Because
How
you
much
need
removal
to
do we have?
you need to
Well,
gift a
that's the real
fish.
question.
We don't have that much removal. We've got counter spells. I mean, does this deck care about stacks is the thing? Like, how much removal do we need is the real question. Is
Into
anyone
the
stifling our effect? No? Then we're fine.
Into the Flood Mart is our artifact and enchantment removal.
For a fish.
Yeah. We don't care if we give somebody a fish. They throw it in front of a 3/5 lifelinker.
I took into the Flood buyout for now.
No, that's wrong. It's very wrong.
We have Sink into Stupor.
You sink into stupor, but into the Flood Maw good.
I know. I just wanna get it out of here for now. It's tainting this list, Will. You think Personal Tutor's not good enough?
So Personal Tutor, just finding only a sorcery, is the most limited tutor in our deck, I think.
Yeah, but it gets a board wipe, or it gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 various extra turn spells. Will.
Yeah, but our Mystical Tutor already does that, or we could just draw into the extra turn spells.
But doesn't Personal Tutor into Temporal Mastery sound really good?
Not really.
All right.
Because here's the thing, we have to draw Personal Tutor, then play it, then draw into the other card, which is either going to be at the start of our next turn or with a Foxglove. I don't like it.
All right, let's see if the deck is still 100% competitive. That's all I really care about. Holy crap, and it is. Okay, people, before we continue, we're going to take a brief intermission to open up some packs of Bloomburrow. I'm going to start with Will, because I know he's so anxious. I don't know if that's true or not.
I am, not about this, but in general.
So guys, if you're enjoying the stream, I'll encourage you to leave it with a like. That is Mr. Foxglove. If you want to get ahead of us and start playtesting this, you may. The whole concept with our version of the build is to, of course, drop Mr. Foxglove, take extra turns, cheat in big dumb things. The big dumb things are going to be game enders like Moonshaker Cavalry or Craterhoof Behemoth, and or other alternative game enders like Jin Gataxius. And or Consphinx to just give us value. But yeah, exactly. Or just win the game with Felidar Sovereign, but that is specifically off of an extra turn. Or we could just drop it and cross our fingers. That's always fun. I think as soon as you land a Felidar Sovereign, though, people are going to go sideways at you.
I mean, yeah,
Anyways.
but then you have a 4/6 lifelink vigilance to block.
Oh, that's true. Okay, so we have Iridescent Vine Lasher, Will. Token. Early Winter. Sonar Strike. Radar Love. Conduct Electricity. 3-tree Blobbity Bloop. Mind Drill Assailant. Played that quite a bit. Sugarcoat. Repel Calamity. God, that hard. Hardfire Hero. Will, we're getting to the juicy stuff. Hunter's Talent. Island. Coiling Rebirth. I just wish it wasn't your graveyard. I wish it was any graveyard. Tempt with bunnies.
Fun card.
Any Jujutsu Kaisen fans out there? Let me know. We have dude. How many Starfall invocations do you need? Wait, is this your third one?
Maybe.
Ral Crackling Wit. How about that shit?
Yeah.
How about that?
Best
shit?
Planeswalker.
And last and maybe least, Wick the World Mind. No, not least.
I like it. I enjoy that.
Hell yeah.
I think it's my second Wick too. Same art as well.
It is your second wit. Okay. Wick. Excuse me. Alright, gang. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Hi. Alright. What did Papa get? Let's find out. Thundertrap Trainer. Actually a pretty decent card, by the way. I got that when I was drafting. It's pretty solid. Bravekin Duo. Take out the trash. Finch Formation, Moonrise Cleric, Sticky Tongue Sentinel, Bright Blade Stout, by the way. Stout? This weasel? Stupid. First Strike Lifelink? Get out of here. Persistent Marsh Stalker, Brambleguard Captain, also a good card. Hazard Root Herbalist.
Now we get into good stuff.
Keen Eye Curator.
That's the Exile to get bigger one. Yeah, it's fun. People are saying it's better scoos.
Trail Tracker Scout. Expend 8 will return up to 1 target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. The back of this card, whatever I'm touching, is extremely slick. It feels like a fake card. This feels like a proxy. I think I might have just pulled a proxy, Will.
I will say the Trail Tracker Scout's probably decent in canon.
Dream Dew and Trancer? This feels like a proxy. Maybe they're using the same factory. Whoa, whoa,
Ooh,
whoa!
You get the bear.
Lumbra, Bellow of the Fellow. And last and certainly not least, we have Whiskervale Forerunner. Okay.
That's the white Nadu, right? Or the white Winota Nadu thing.
I have a foily snail, potentially.
Noise.
I'll trade you. Token for a token, sir.
If I have a cool token that you want, sure.
Yeah, I'll look for it. I mean, you have, with the world, whatever, like, up the wazoo. You might as well have a snail to match.
Yeah, I think you liked the fish token that I pulled at some point. You can trade the fish token for the snail token.
Bruh, you got 2 fish tokens. I'll take one of the,
Yeah.
I'll take one of the fish. All right. Guys, we're gonna open up 2 more packs, 1 each, and then we will play test the shit out of this deck. Paw Patch Recruit.
Paw Patrol.
Banishing Light. Fuck this card. God, Banishing Light. Link to the list.
Got Banishing Light PTSD.
Yeah, I do. Agate Assault, though, that's some shit. Link to the list, Multi-Scuff. If you look in the description, you will find a link to If the Foxglove Fits. All right, Dire Downdraft. Saber. I played the shit out of this card. Saber was quite good. And by the way, look at the art. Like, there's the reflection of the squirrel, like, dying in the snake's eye. So good. Sun Shower Druid. Into the... Hey, look at you! Did you...
Nice!
You needed a copy, I think.
You get the thing I needed.
Thoughtstalker, Warlock. Uh-oh.
Hollywood.
Holy Splash Moonfall.
Yeah,
Curious
Splash is good.
You
Alright, now we get to the fun stuff.
Paw Patch Recruiter.
Nice.
Wild Seer, Scouring Maw.
You know, it's great because I think that you're taking that commander deck so that you can have the raccoon to build for casual. So I'm glad that I got the backup commander.
Yeah, Phineas, Ace Archer, Will.
Where's Ferb? Where's Ferb Ace Archer?
Yeah, that's a good question. Maybe right after this. Salvation Swan.
That's the flicker one. Right? Yeah.
Ooh, Will, this looks like a good card. Ink Eyes, Servant of the Oni.
It's a special guest. Nice.
Yeah. Is it foily? Shit, it is. By the way, Kamigawa, like, I love this block. This is your last card, by the way. Ink Eyes was one of my absolute favorite cards. Like, I love the original art. I love the original card. It was just so fun to play Rat Ninjas, namely with Ink Eyes. When I got back into the game and started playing Commander, I really wanted to do something with Ink Eyes. She just didn't prove to be a great commander. But, I mean, obviously, we needed Commander Ninjutsu back then. But
Yep. Patrick,
sadly,
guess how much that Ink Eyes is worth?
yeah, like $5 or something.
$2.
Sorry, man. Yeah, like Ink Eyes, it's sad. Like, I really like the card, but she's not.
I pulled 2 of the 1 owl. I'm already fine on card value from this set.
I don't think I have much of card value yet, but we're getting there. There you go. Flowerroot Swordsmaster. Thornplate Intimidator. Seedpod Squire. Waxwane Witness.
Ooh, you got the squirrel.
Yeah, the changeling squirrel.
Yeah, it's the thing that's making Magda go from good to great.
Well, if only I cared about Magda like that. You know what I mean? All right.
Hey, you were the guy who reported on the Magda Cloth Gavoman combo first, so.
This is true.
You get bragging rights.
Yeah,
And I get
enjoy.
bragging rights for telling you about that combo
Yeah.
first.
Yeah, please, people, enjoy Magda for what she's worth.
I helped the guy with his Magna deck at the game store recently because I pointed out you don't need any outlets anymore because if you have the Squirrel, Vexing Bobble, and some way of dealing damage, you go infinite.
Mabel, heir of Cragflame, and last and certainly not least. Will, what is this?
What is in my pocket?
Season of Gathering. This is not the last card. I'm sorry.
Oh, you got one more?
We have Yigra, Eater of
Ooh.
All. So this is the alt art version of that card in foil. I don't know if it's worth much, but I do like Yigra, Eater of All quite a bit.
Non-foil is $18, so foil's probably like near 30? I'll double check that.
No way. Are people playing Yigra? I guess.
It has combos. It's like $24 for foiled Euchre with that art.
No shit. Dope.
It's because turning all of your creatures into artifacts is kind of useful sometimes, and then turning them into food is also kind of useful.
On that note, guys, leave a bacon, egg, and cheese in the chat if you're excited to test Mr. Foxglove. All right, guys. What's a good starting hand? Probably one with a lot of mana.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got Gemstone Caverns, Moodshaker Cavalry, Consphinx, Breeding Pool. We have 4 lands, a Mox Diamond. So even if we said that, you know, do we have Ancient Tomb in this deck, by the way?
I am not sure.
Probably need a bacon, egg, and cheese. Probably need an Ancient Tomb. That's okay though. So if we have Mox Diamond, Gemstone Caverns in one of our lands, that's 3 mana by turn 1. And then we technically...
We can keep up a Sink into Stupor for interaction and then try to ramp into something.
Do you want to keep this?
It's not guaranteed to be great,
No.
but
I want a little bit more proactive then.
yeah.
Concordant Crossroads, Bop, Misty Rainforest, and a Haloed Fountain.
The deck is not running Ancient Tomb or City of Traders. We could probably include both if we wanted.
Right, just to cover the generic cost in Mr. Foxglove. Prime Speaker's Sigana might have been a decent include. And yeah, Andrew, by the way, guys, this is not the end all be all of this list. There can certainly be more cards incorporated that we missed, so feel free to take this deck and do with it what you will. This feels less safe than just having the Mox Diamond and the Gemstone Caverns. I'm going to try to find something that has just a little bit more explosive mana. Which means skipping around. Because I do think on average we're probably going to see Foxglove by turn 3 if we're being real honest with ourselves. So really it's going to be looking for the right starting hand that has decent interaction or decent ways to stop the board. Ooh, do we keep the LED hand? Part of me wants to. Shit, let's do it. Okay, so Wooded Footies, we'll grab Taiga. Do we not have oh, not Taiga, I'm sorry. What's a Selesnya one?
Savannah.
Savannah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go for Savannah Unana.
No. I'm not as big a fan of Camilla Cabello. We're gonna make Utopia Sprawl blue. Sure. So everything's covered there. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. I'll also drop an LED. Scare them. Is that Jin Cataxius? Yes, it is. All right. So Will, we've got an arid mesa to go into a tundra.
Also, do we want to just say we use Disrupting Shawl to counter a 3-mana spell? No, someone probably did not play a 3-mana spell turn 1.
Honor roll. Honor roll. Oh god, it's not letting me type. Honor roll. I'm back. I was thinking, do we want to consider the counterspell Jin Gitaxias so we don't have to hold up a counterspell ourselves? Eh? 1 second, I'll get back to you on that thought. Will, do we cast Nadu here?
We don't
Trying to...
have any way to target Nadu.
Okay.
Dranith would probably be better.
Dranith. Okay, so do we just Mr. Foxglove right now on turn 2? Do we with LED? I mean, I really want to keep Jin Gitaxias in hand.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
You just want to Dranith?
Yeah, Dranith is fine because it's gonna slow things down. Turn to shut down people's commanders is good enough usually.
Well, Will, top deck for the next turn was Lightning Greaves.
Eh, well, you can't guess that it's gonna be the only card in our deck that's actually relevant enough. We can Lightning Greaves up Dranith Magistrate, and no one will bat an eye.
I was just gonna cast Nadu, but
Okay,
I mean, I just want to
either one
cast
works.
that. Just get out of the way. Get out of the way. Wow, we're taking a slow ass game. We'll say we'll disrupting Shoal at. Oh my god, no, we're not disrupting anything.
Yeah.
Okay, pass. Hopefully the rest of the board handles it. Orum's Chant. All right, so frankly, we're gonna Lightning Greaves here. If it's okay, we'll do the Nadu thing. We're gonna Lightning Greaves once. If Temporal Mastery off the top, great. We're gonna Lightning Greaves again. Chrome Mox. We're gonna Lightning Greaves here. Flooded Strand. We're gonna Lightning Greaves here. Misty Rainforest. Okay, so what are our next lands, Will? What are the other duels in this deck?
You have. Let's see. We already have Tundra. We already have Savannah. So we need green, blue, which is Tropical
Trop
Island,
Island, yeah.
and then it's Shocks past that.
All right, name me your favorite shock. We'll get that with the Flooded Strand.
Uh, Probably Hollow Fountain, right? Because we need both white and blue right now, more than anything else.
I'm happy with that. We'll take the damage. I think we leave the Lightning Greaves on Nadu. I'm okay if someone wants to get rid of the Dranith. I would just rather keep this engine around.
Yeah.
If that was successful, mind you. We have 1, 2, 3 mana remaining. Technically 4 if we drop the Chrome Mox.
Yeah, do we want to... Do we drop Chrome Mox, Orm's Chant, and then just discard hand, get Foxglove out? And then Nadu 2 more times?
Right. It just kills me because we're so close to that Jin Gitaxias play. We're gonna get rid of the Orm's Chant
Yeah,
for sure. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. If we just wait another turn. But
yeah,
like
we can Chrome Mox, pitch the Mastery, and then
right, at least have
keep up
some
Orm's Chant and Shoal.
right. At least have some form of interaction, whether it's a counter at 1 or well, it wouldn't be a counter at 1. We need exile a blue spell.
No, we don't. We don't. It's an additional cost you may.
You may exile a blue card with a converted mana cost.
So it's either we pay X and counterspell that cost X, or we exile a blue card and counterspell with the same CMC.
This is a very non-Foxglove hand we're playing. We're going to keep going, though. Let's just leave this open. Let's say we have to Orm's Chant off turn. And we kicked it. And that's about it. That's all we got. Did we win? No? Okay, next turn. We'll do the Nadu thing again. We're just going to equip Nadu.
Yep.
We're going to equip Nadu. Mindbreak Trap. We're going to equip Dranith Magistrate. We're going to equip Dranith Magistrate. I'll play the Lotus Petal, and we'll keep the boots on Nadu again.
Then we'll play Foxglove, put the boots on Foxglove twice, and then move to combat, attack with Foxglove, get Jin Gitaxias in play.
5. Foxglove twice. This is if Foxglove's okay. We've cast how many spells this turn? And if opponent casts, no one's cast more than us. All right, let's just say we have to counter a spell with Disrupting Shoal. Nope, can't do that. God, Shoal is just out of range every single time.
We haven't hit any of the lower cost blue spells in hand. Nadu is the only low cost one that we've seen.
All right, I'll correct the Lotus Petal just to keep, this gives hexproof as well. Yeah, sure,
Yep.
let's just do hexproof on Foxglove to make sure it goes
Ooh.
through. Whatever. And then we'll do the reveal Concordant Crossroads, reveal Gemstone Caverns, maybe our worst land to hit. That is a-okay. We're going to attack with Foxglove. We can attack with Foxglove, Magistrate, and Nadu, but that's not really good enough for Craterhoof. I do think that this is Jin-Gitaxias.
Yep.
We're going to attack the person who has 6 or
The least.
less cards, or I guess 7 or less at this point. Jin-Gitaxias, at the beginning of your end step, draw 7 cards, and then each opponent has maximum hand size reduced by 7. We do need to discard down if we do this. Is that accurate?
Yeah, we double boots up Jin Gitaxis and then keep boots on Jin, and then I think people can't stop it from that point on.
Oh, you want to put boots on Jin?
Yeah, because if Jin survives, we win. Everybody gets hellbent. We have no way of losing.
Right. So we do that twice, obviously. We'll do this for Arcane Signet, and this for Fine Horn Elves. We'll move to equip the Fine Horn Elves with the Lightning Greaves as well. Flusterstorm, Worldly Tutor, why not? We drop to 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No more lands except for that City of Brass at the very end there. We need to discard down, but if, like what Will is saying, if this stays around, we're in like Flynn. The only issue is we don't have any mana. We have a Mindbreak Trap as a free spell, and that is it. Blue March phases. I kind of like the white March still. I do think that there's room for the white March if there's enough white spells, and I don't think there's enough white spells. LED feels a little cheeky. If we really needed to force the situation of Foxglove, we would have, but I kind of prefer just mainlining everything else. I don't want this to be a secret Nadu deck, so we're going to try that one more time.
Yeah.
And I want to just state again that I think Ancient Tomb minimally should be in here. But that's okay. We just didn't add it earlier.
And Nibiru was recommending March of Swirling Mists, which we could theoretically run.
We have more blue than anything else, so yeah.
That is a lot of early mana. Aw, the suppression field, or oh, and I guess you had suppression field twice.
Sorry, we're currently on Mana Confluence, Savannah, Halfling, Growth, Force of Negation, Moonshaker Cavalry, and Path to Exile. So if we do like a Savannah into a Wild Growth, we're not gonna have the opportunity to do. I'm sorry, we're not going to have the opportunity to do Foxglove unless we top decked Mana Crypt there, and that would have been sequencing Delighted Halfling and then Wild Growth next turn.
It sets up for turn 3 Foxglove, though, because we'll have 4 mana. We just need to hit a land over the next 3 turns.
Right, so turn 2, I'm going to do the Delighted Halfling off of the Mana Confluence, go down by 1. Life is relevant for us, so...
Not too relevant, though.
Not too relevant, though, no. We have Path to Exile and Force of Negation. But that's okay. We shouldn't need it. All right.
It's okay. Before somebody else's turn, if we really wanted, we could, and I guess, is there a way to do that? No, there wasn't a way to do this easily. We could have Path to Exiled somebody's thing and offered, we can't refuse our own Path to Exile to have the treasures to play Foxglove if we wanted to. But
yeah, it would have been, we needed a blue. We top deck Void Winnower, not great for us. We top deck Elvish Mystic.
We theoretically could have done it by playing our Delighted Halfling with the Enchanted Land, floating a white, then tapping Mana Confluence for a blue, and then doing it.
Right, technically. That's so awkward, Will.
Yeah, it would not, we have no interaction. Do we want to say we did it just to smooth out the hand, because that was, like, the proper play?
Oh, I reset. Arguably. I reset.
Okay.
Yeah, too late. Too late. The sauce was already made, Will. Birds of Paradise, the Noxious Revival with a fetch land. just ensuring as we get our land drops. We've got a breeding pool, so we have our Shock, we have our Trop Island, probably our two most important colors for the deck, Bop and Noble Hierarch. I don't mind this. And we also have the Misty Rainforest, just all the blue and green a boy could want.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Let's get the green white lands. So let's get our Savannah. But only after top decking a Psych Rift, sure. And then shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. We'll do Savannah into Noble Hierarch, why not? Okay. Next turn. We have our... I feel like anytime we have filtering, we should just do our filtering. So I'll do this and get our... What do you want that's green mix, Will?
Yeah, we can just get... Do we have a... Oh, no, we have Breeding Pool in hand, right?
Breeding Pool and Trop Island. I was just going to get the other green... God, I guess green-white again.
Yep, it is the only option. It's the only way.
What is it called again? The something shrine? God, no, that's Orzhov.
Temple Garden.
Sauce was made, yes. It's in the sauce.
Indeed.
All right, I'll use Noble Hierarch to cast Bot. Why not? I know it's our multicolored thing.
Yeah, I think we should probably keep up the
Temple
blue mana that we
Garden.
have for that Psych Rift.
The Psych Rift, sure. I'll do
Yeah.
Bob, and I'm gonna shuffle, 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 shuffle. All right, passez-vous. Let's just say we need a mental misstep off turn. We'll mental misstep here.
And we can, yeah, we can still, we could probably play Psych Rift here just for the sake of getting it out of hand if we want, but we probably want to keep it just to be safe.
Yeah. No.
We can also noxious back that mental misstep if you want.
No, I pass on. I yield. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana here. So let's go for our Foxglove turn 3.
Now hear me out, Patrick. We can
Yeah.
capture Jing Sao to get an extra turn so that we can play that other land, Noxious Survival, capture Jing Sao back into our hand. Is it useful? Not really, but
Yeah.
fun.
No. I like it. I like it. I would rather get that ball rolling. I like to have these two cards in my hand for when Foxglove's swinging. Sadly, we don't have anything to do with the rest of our turn, and we don't have any interaction, so let's hope no one does anything. Next turn, Legolas's Quick Reflexes. A little bit of protection. We're going to Shock in the Breeding Pool. Yes, this puts us off Felidar Guardian, but that's okay. If we got the lifelink, would be able to go up to 41 there, but we'll go up to 39. We'll swing. Attacks.
What I think we do is we do Legolas's Quick Reflexes, capture Jing Sao, and then we Noxious Survival, capture Jing Sao back to the top of the deck, then we attack. So this way we're drawing as many cards as possible while getting another turn after it.
You just want to use this for the sake of using it?
Well, yeah, so we just get rid of Legolas's Quick Reflexes on Foxglove so that we can both protect Foxglove and kill some problematic creature.
Sure, yeah, let's see if anyone does anything first, obviously, before damage. It's on attack, though, so...
Yeah.
That's curious.
And we also Jing Sao and Noxious Survival to make it so we only have one card in hand, and then Jing Sao's on top of the deck. And we have an extra turn after this one to keep going.
Oh, I see what you mean. Before combat, sure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll leave Bop up. Capture of Jing Sao. We'll lose 2 life.
One of the mana was for Legolas's Quick Reflexes, so it's Exaxes.
Exactly. So Legolas's Quick Reflexes. I'm gonna wait till the attack triggers on the stack for that, but we're just sequencing this a little differently.
Yeah.
All right. So I have one card in hand. Will at turn 4.
We want reflexes before tapping Foxglove so that we get the Legolas trigger.
What are you talking about? Untapping it?
No. When the creature becomes tapped, it deals damage equal to its power to target creature.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's fine.
It's bolt.
Is it? Well, it's more than bolt. It's lifelink, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Because I think the creature's dealing the damage.
Right. So we'll go back up to 37 with that. Okay, I like this.
We're gaining 6.
Honestly,
Gaining 6.
I always forget that shit is a thing. 4 CMC seems a bit. 4 CMC seems to hit often. Also, Eternal Witness. Eternal Witness isn't like a bad choice here, but at any rate, Yeah, so we did Noxious Revival, captures on
What-
top of the library. What is the biggest hand you can imagine, Will, at this point?
Probably like 6. I doubt somebody's at 7, but somebody's probably hit like a tiny bit of draw, so I'd say 6.
Okay. Does it need to be the person you're attacking? I believe so. It's not just
Yeah.
an opponent. Okay. So we'll draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and -1.
Yep, so 5. We draw up to 6.
Wait. You're absolutely right. Draw cards equal to the number of cards
Yeah,
defending
the
players say
Gilded Drake
-1.
goes back. We didn't draw the
That's
Gilded Drake.
okay. That's okay. So we've done capture. Hopefully it landed. We'll take an extra turn. Silencio, Sylvan Tutor, Polluted Delta. Did we hit our land drop return? We did. Okay. Cool. Next turn.
Yep.
Okay, so we got that Gilded Drake we knew about. We'll do the Polluted Delts, and we'll grab a... What is the other one we want?
Tundra.
Do you want to cast Gilded
Oh,
Drake?
also, we dealt 4 damage to the opposing creature, and we dealt 4 off of Foxglove because of Exalted from Noble Hierarch.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So we'll gain 1, and then we'll go up to 42 instead. All right, so we have a Sylvan Tutor and a capture of Jing Zhao. Is this a Felidar Sovereign turn? No, it can't be. We don't have a way to draw it. Damn. Hold up. I mean, this is not a Craterhoof turn. I can tell you that, Will.
Agreed.
Okay. I mean, I definitely want to just get the...
Well, what's the best Sylvan target you can think of? Or what's the best creature in our... Actually, wait.
Jin Gitaxias.
Hold on. Is this just Felidar Sovereign, actually? No,
I don't think we
still
can win
close.
here.
If we could draw one more card, then this would be Felidar Sovereign into the win.
I just realized how powerful Roaming Throne would be. First trigger, you draw max. Second trigger, you free drop. I know. Yeah, Nibru, I don't disagree. I don't hate the idea of Roaming Throne, at least in instances like this. I do like Noble Hierarch here. It's kind of funny how well it works with Mr. Foxglove.
So
we're gonna get an extra turn. So let's just operate off of that. I think we need to keep as much mana as possible to get that extra turn, and we've got 7 mana, so we can play with 2. So we could Gilded Drake a thing if we wanted to, or we can hold a Silence, a Psych Rift, or a Sylvan Tutor.
I think we're going to be doing an extra turn and then either getting Void Winnower or Jin Gitaxias off of the Sylvan Tutor for later.
Okay, so I'm going to
Pretty
do
sure.
Capture Jing Zhao. I am going to put that on the stack. Is that okay? Well, it was the first time. It seems like it's okay this time. Will, what do you want to do with the rest of our mana? You want to Sylvan Tutor?
That's probably best to Sylvan Tutor, just to find the thing that's going to win us the game or slow down the game to the point where we can just grind out to win.
You think it's Jin Gitaxias, though?
It's either Jin Gitaxias or Void Winnower. It's one or the other.
I honestly could just stick with one. I like Jin a little bit better.
Okay.
Jin's kind of gross.
Jin also refills our hand a bit more, so I like Jin. Then we
do
tack the Foxglove.
Do we drop Gilded Drake to steal a thing, or Craterhoof to just hit for massive life gain?
We can also draw 2 if we wanted, because somebody still has 6 cards in hand.
Oh.
It depends on what do we want more, Gilded Drake or draw 2.
Draw 2, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, we could silence and draw 3, technically.
Yeah, but do we want to waste the silence when we know we're dropping a Jin Gitaxias next turn?
I know.
I like just drawing.
Oh,
2
you
here.
just want to run out the silence and then drop Jin Gitaxias.
Well, we can attack with Foxglove, fill up our hand, go to our extra turn, and then attack, drop Jin Gitaxias, and keep an entire hand of interaction up so that no one can kill Jin.
So we're drawing 2 here.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Extra turn coming up. We have a bop and nothing to do with it. Next turn. Elvish Mystic. All right, well, Prismatic Vista, I realize we took out all the basics. So what I'm going to do is just play Command Tower from that, okay? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. It's all good.
Prismatic Vista is Ancient Tomb. Prismatic Vista is Ancient Tomb. How about that?
Yeah, we can say Prismatic's Ancient Tomb. That makes the most sense.
Great. Okay. So
Because we want either City of Traders or Ancient Tomb, so yeah. Easy swap out. Well, before Prismatic, I think we can just attack, get Foxglove trigger, put Jin into play. Doesn't really matter, but maybe it does.
I mean, even if we did silence, it is a delayed. Like at the end of turn, this would go away. No one would have a response for Jin. Jin resolves.
Well, no. Silence lasts through the end step. It leaves after the cleanup step.
So there's no point of interaction. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. For the fill up your hand.
Do you want to just? I mean, do you want to just drop the Elvish Mystic as well? Get that out of the way.
Yeah, I think we can drop Jin, drop Elvish Mystic, and I honestly think we could probably keep up Silence, because if everything was honky-dory before, it's probably good now.
Right, so we've got a Silence and a Cyclonic Rift. I mean, if we wanted to, we can Gilded Drake, another big thing for next turn, Crater Hoof turn.
Yeah, I like that.
All right, because we need to dump hand anyways, just because we've got potential
7 draw on end step.
A lot of draw. So we'll Gilded Drake someone's whatever. I don't know, a Crom, I suppose. Whatever value engine they have that we don't want them to have. Here's a Gilded Drake. And I'm sorry, this attacked alone, so we gained 4. Draw 7. That's good.
Yeah, and the question is, do we want to play Elvish Mystic, because then theoretically we could reload or overload Cyclonic Rift if we wanted. I don't think we need to overload Cyclonic Rift.
How do you mean? If I didn't play Elvish
we
Mystic,
would have had exactly 7 mana with the Ancient Tomb.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's so true. I
don't think we care about it because everyone's about to be hellbent.
Well, I mean, with the knowledge I have now, I literally just whipped out Felidar Sovereign. This is where that personal tutor would come in handy. Oh, is that even true? It's kind of true. Oh shit, sorry. Well, personal tutor not so much, just because everyone's gonna be hellbent now, right?
Yeah.
All right.
We literally just need to protect Jin, and then we're fine. That's the game plan right now.
Pitch. I did shuffle, by the way, guys. I know I whipped the command tower out, but I did shuffle, and it just happened to be on top of my deck as well. I'll get rid of the Winds of Abandon because it doesn't have any play. That's a lie. I'll get rid of the Wild Growth.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll hold here. Is there anything that we want to Worldly Tutor to the top of our deck, or do we just want Felidar Sovereign and to cross our fingers?
I think we're cool with Felidar and cross.
Yeah, I think we also kind of just win with Crater Hoof too. Yeah. Okay. Next turn. I guess
if people are hellbent, then goody. We probably played Silence on somebody's turn just to make it so they couldn't do anything in response to Jin. Probably the guy with the most cards in hand.
All right, so just get Eternal Witness from Creature Tutor to get the extra turn spell. I know, I'm thinking about it now, Nibiru. Our Creature Tutors equal Eternal Witness. That is the lowest CMC recovery spell that we can grab. Ewit might be good here. Ewit and Ancient Tomb, obviously. All right, Will. Crater Hoof game? Well, is it even Crater Hoof game? It is Crater Hoof game. It's 1, 2, 3, 4.
We theoretically could just do Felidar Sovereign, wait a rotation, and then game, because everybody has to top deck a piece of removal at this point.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
We get there.
Yeah, and also we're gonna just find at the end of our turn, we're gonna find hopefully some counter spells. Let's just do that. We'll do this. Is that good? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have Veil of Summer, an offer you can't refuse. Probably get rid of the Burgeoning for the
Yeah, we just keep anything that says I'm interaction. And dump the rest.
Foxglove Goldfishing is Magic Dreamland. Yeah, it's something. Foxglove Goldfishing is weird. This was turn 7. Obviously, look, any extra turn deck, it's going to be a lot of Magical Christmas Land kind of shit, because it really is it is dependent on the player having the right forms of interaction. And this is a longer game we're playing here. Are we on Omniscience? Unless there's a creature-based Omniscience now. No,
Yeah.
I mean,
we can only cheat in creatures with Foxglove.
okay, so Will, thoughts on Mr. Foxglove?
I think we probably want more ramp. I think putting in like the 2 mana signets and more of the dorks is probably the correct way, just because dumping your hand, attacking with Foxglove, finding one of your big things, then attacking and cheating in the big thing next turn seems to be the Foxglove playstyle. So I think if I would remake the deck, I'd add in more ramp and then take out some of the greedier stuff. I honestly don't think we need Mystic Remora or Ristic Study. We just need to kind of ramp into Foxglove a little bit easier.
Right, but my theory is like those cards, even if like if you are doing poorly with your draws and you have to keep a hand of 5 and you're on play or something, or a hand of 4, heaven forbid, or 3, start games with 3, the Mystic Remora will help you get back in the game. It's almost like getting a serum powder, but better. So guys, let us know your thoughts on Mr. Foxglove. Leave a bacon, egg, and cheese in the chat. And of course, feel free to leave this video with a like. But I'm going to rip open our last packs here. Will gets a pack, I get a pack. This is Will's. So no Colossus of Cultivator kind. Let's talk about that. Will, was there a moment where you would have wanted to tutor for Cultivator Colossus? Or if it was in your hand, would it have been useful?
No, because I think at most we only ever had 3 lands in hand, and that would have meant that we play those 3 lands and draw 3 cards and maybe hit 1 more land. So it ramps us by 4, draws us 4 cards, and then stops there. Not that great.
Look at some creature heavy cEDH Maelstrom Wanderer list for inspiration. Would you say that this is wanting to use the same cards as a Maelstrom Wanderer?
For the higher end, kind of, but for the rest of the deck, not really. Because I feel like this deck wants to be way more control-oriented and counterspell focused than Maelstrom.
Yeah, I don't hate the deck. It's funny, like, Glarb was really effective when we made it, but that's doing a very specific thing, so it was easy to work towards that. I do agree, though, with audience. I think that more recovery effects would be good. Because even just using Foxglove to play an Ewid for free, if it meant, like, if we were tight on mana, I can still play that Captor of Jingzhou. Like, that's amazing. Like, that cheat out 3 mana made a big difference. Right? So, like, once you hit that critical mass of, like, I've got enough cards in hand, I just want to replay my extra turn spells, they're very good at doing that. I do think that there is something to be said about being able to recycle those. Cloudstone Curio might be good for like repeating those kind of effects, but that's neither here nor there. I think that this deck could be altered in a few ways, and I think it's going to be, with the list as it currently stands, like 4 to 6 cards could probably be alternated out. Like, I think our removal interaction suite could be modified. I think there's a few cards that could be removed for some recovery effects, and obviously we talked about the Ancient Tomb. Okay. All right, Will, you got a Plains? Starfall.
I got another one.
Yeah, there you go.
Full set, let's go.
Let those wolves know what's up. We have a rolling Hamsphere.
Fun vehicle. It's mere battle sphere, but hamsters.
Cruel Claws Heist.
Nice.
Is the 3 mana Thalia good? The big Thalia? That's a good question.
The tap Thalia, potentially.
Narset Parter Veils. Dude, you're just getting all of the other alternate planeswalkers. That's kind of dope.
Indeed.
All right, well, I think this is the last one, and it is
Another Wick, let's go.
Sword of Fire and Ice foil,
Sword of
sir.
Fire and Mice.
Dude, the foil version of this alt art. Hell yes. Looks so good, dude. This is a special guest. I don't know what slot this takes. It is a mythic, though. All right, I don't know what hope that leaves for me. I just want to get one of those anime cards. I doubt it's going to be in this pack. One can dream, though. Big Thalia. Is Big Thalia any good? I mean...
Non-basic lands your opponents control enter the battlefield tapped, and their creatures enter the battlefield tapped. Messes up blockers and it messes up fetches. So yeah, not horrible.
Man, Foxglove is a lot of mana, and like we're not in red or black, so it's hard to cheat them out without the rituals. Foxglove's okay. I wouldn't personally make it. It's a little too slow. I think there may be better extra turn decks out there. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I can kind of agree with that. I think the deck probably does not want to be an extra turn deck, because yes, we did storm extra turns there a little bit, but I honestly think if the deck just said, I dump my whole hand, ramp, and then redraw, and then I'm happy with having interaction, I think the deck is okay with that.
Island.
Is land.
Dragonhawk. Fate's
the Ultra Mega
Tempest.
Chicken.
Okay. Ultra Mega Chicken. Wild Sears. Scouring Maw. Okay. Extended Border Foil. We have Wishing Well. Ooh. Don't need it, but it's cool.
Fun card.
We have Ant Queen. Okay.
Fun card. And one more, I think.
Oh, yes, well. Yes, there's one more card.
All-powerful Exodia!
It is Essence Channeler. Ooh, very
Isn't that
cool.
card like a standard staple right now?
I have no idea. As long as you've lost life this turn, Essence Channeler has flying and vigilance. Whenever you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on Essence Channeler. Whenever Essence Channeler dies, put its counters on target creature you control.
So I think there's a whole bunch of ETB gain life creatures that exist in standard or the extended version right now on Arena. So there's a whole deck that's just all the 4 different copies of Soul Sisters. So you have 16 Soul Sisters effects, then Johnny's Pridemate and that to just make a whole bunch of counters pop up on that and beat the crap out of people. Fun card, not a great card and 60 card, but not great card and 100 card, but it's a fun card. And
I'll trade you for your Sword of Fire and Ice foil. Will
I think I like my Sword of Fire and Mice.
What did we grab anything of like any real value from that box? We didn't get any of the...
That sword is the most expensive one, I think. Because I think everything else is just like, oh, fancy foil version of certain cards. Because Yuria Yigra was about the same price as one of my owl guys.
Yeah. No, I'm fine with that. It's just like I really wanted one of those anime cards. Or like, is the rarity of the pull rate of that card really low? I'm presuming.
I think the anime cards are very low.
Wow, I really thought we'd see one from opening a box of collector boosters. That's kind of a shame.
They're like 200. They're like 100.
Are they really up there right now? Because I really do like the art of them.
So like regular Gev is 90 cents. Anime Gev is $113.
Wow. Okay, so I guess they're harder to pull than I thought. I'm not gonna lie, like that Gev is the best art for that card. So
it's
damn cool.
Very, very fun. I mean, it's just adorable little anime gecko going. I love him.
I'm not gonna lie, I wanted the Zinnia personally. Zinnia was the other deck I was contemplating brewing tonight. Both Zinnias are good. It doesn't matter. Actually, I'm surprised that the anime Zinnia is only $74. It's $1 for standard Zinnia. Sorry, I'm just looking at... you guys are not. You're just looking at my face. This is what I'm talking about. I like this card. And the anime Gev, my god, it's just so damn cute. I'm surprised. I feel like these prices will drop. I hope. I don't know.
Probably. As people open packs, they'll probably go down.
Mabel's got to be cheap as shit, though. I have to imagine. No, she's $103. She's more than Zinnia. She's not even playable. Is she playable?
For anime Mabel, not really.
She's kind of like the face card of the set, though, so maybe there's like some collectability there.
It gives haste equipment, I guess. That's it. You get a hasty equipment. Have fun.
Well, that's kind of cool. Boros needs that. Anyways, guys, thanks for hanging out with us on this live stream deck tech. That is Mr. Foxglove. Would I recommend wearing foxgloves? I don't know.
No, because animal cruelty.
Exactly. What about snakeskin? How do you feel about that?
I don't know why you'd skin a military veteran, but he saved the world from the Metal Gear several times, so
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
I was more of a Raiden fan than I was Solid Snake. Actually, I was rooting for Revolver Ocelot. Didn't he take Liquid Snake's hand and became like Liquid Snake afterwards or some shit like that? His hand, the DNA in his hand was too powerful.
I don't know. I am not like a big follower of the Metal Gear series, so
That's okay. I never played the last one. Last one I played was Sons of Liberty, which was pretty good. And then the
All I
Snake
know
Eater
is-
remaster.
all I know is I want to use that Ral Crackling Wit to do dumb stuff in some random deck, probably Joyra.
Nice. Yeah, I don't think I pulled anything here I want to build with, sadly, but that's okay. I'll trade it in and get the thing I want to build with. But guys, let us know what you'd like to see next on the channel for sure. We're gonna build some more legendaries. Stay tuned for Duskborn. We should be talking about Duskborn as soon as September arrives.
Duskmorn.
Duskmorn?
With an M. Yeah, with an M.
Duskborn? Dusk Shoal? One or the other. We're going to be talking about that in September, but we've got a little bit more brewing for this set to do. This set, notorious for us. High dislike ratio on our tier list evaluation, but I don't think we've been wrong about any of these legendaries yet. I mean, none of them is S tier. I think some scratched A tier, but I think that was more or less being generous.
Yeah,
Some of these are
don't think-
okay.
I don't think anything from Bloomburrow is going to be like, oh yeah, it's the new meta thing. I really think Gev is going to do a bit better than what people think, just because he has so many combos, but I'll probably be wrong on that.
McGlarb boy myself.
Indeed. You're
Phil
a
McGlarb.
slug frog fanatic.
Yes, I'm all about those smug frogs. But guys, we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for hanging out with us on this one. Leave a bacon, egg, and cheese if you love them. I do. Man, I'm so sleepy right now.
Feel that.
Did you see my NL, Will?
I did not, but noise.
It's kind of cool. And I got these promo Zoros too. Check it out.
Noise.
Yeah, there's something coming up called the Treasure Cup. And I think if you win one of the Treasure Cups, you get invited to the regional, something like that. I signed up for a few Treasure Cups. Bacon, egg, and cheese! I signed up for a few Treasure Cups. And I still need to find time in my week to attend them. Namely, the ones I paid for on Tuesday. Because it's definitely a work day for me. Hey, boss. Love you. I'm planning on working Wednesday to Saturday, though, going into next month. So that should hopefully free up my Tuesday so I can attend those. But I would love to win one of these Treasure Cups and then go down to Florida to play, because I think I have it in me, Will. I have it in me to win.
I mean, you've been doing good so far, so.
Yeah, I've been doing okay. I'm flip-flopping, though. Like, I bought this in Elb because I'm like, this is a meta list. I should try playing this. And I've had some success, but like people are starting to crack the code on this deck. Like if you just play a specific way into it, you kind of get by just fine. And then like you need to be very, very lucky as the NL player. And I don't like RNG when it comes to games. I like to mitigate luck as much as possible, and I just don't have the best luck.
This says the guy who took his tutor combo deck and made it into an RNG draw 20 cards deck.
Right. Well, you know, I still have trouble, but when you can mitigate your luck by just drawing a shit ton of cards, I guess is what I'm saying. So it's like, I'll go down to 5 cards if it ensures I can get to the one ring quickly, and then let me draw like everyone else does, but a little bit better, frankly. It does take a while to get that engine running, though, but anyway, guys, I'll say I see ya. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Happy to see a lot of people wanted to